here live at Waukee. Got a little late start. You just missed it. A 97-yard kickoff return by Isaiah Wagner. Laurie took it to the outside and just had a good wall over there. Really didn't hardly get touched at all.
No, he did not. He had a clear lane. He took it to the sideline, and then he just outran everybody.
And that's something, second game, you think your special teams, you have that down, but they saw something there and were able to get outside on Waukee and right up the right sideline and got the touchdown. So Waukee starts out here in the hole to Southeast Polk.
Yeah, they just did a nice job of sealing off the tacklers. They allowed him to get to the outside, and then he turned on the afterburners and outran everybody for the touchdown. What an exciting way to start this ball game.
So Southeast Polk, and then Kate Jaden makes the extra point, and that makes it 7-0. Back deep, Xavier Moore, Aaron Smith, and Lindquist for Waukee. And Sunvold, the kicker, will kick it off for Southeast Polk. Sends it down the middle, handled at the 4-yard line by Smith. Smith's up to the 20, 25, breaks through the middle, one man to beat, off the sideline. Could we have back-to-back 30, 20, 15, 10, 5 touchdowns? Waukee, back-to-back kickoff returns. No flags on the field. Wow, what a way to start a ball game.
I don't think I have ever seen anything like that, where you have the opening kickoff, Southeast Polk runs it back for the touchdown. Waukee returns the favor again. Smith getting a huge alley right up the middle of the field.
Just parted right up the middle, didn't it?
It did, and then he blew by everybody. Now, just when you think you have taken the momentum away from the home team, Waukee bounces right back.
He ran the 100 in about 13 seconds because it was 11:47 when they kicked off. He took it at the 4 all the way just right up the middle, and wow. So that'll bring out Kate Jaden, who's 2 of 2 in the PAT department here, to try to tie it up. Here's the snap. The kick is good. And we've got a 7-7 ball game with 2 plays, both kickoffs.
Neither team has had their offense on the field, and we've already got touchdowns for either side. So quite an amazing start for both of these teams. And as I said, Southeast Polk gets the momentum right away with the initial kickoff return, thinking, okay, now we have them right where we want them. And then Waukee turns right back around. And again, great blocking by the return team to break that hole open for Smith.
And I've been doing this, too many years to mention. I can't ever remember a back-to-back kickoff either for touchdowns to start a ball game like this. Getting a chance to talk in the pregame, but Waukee had a couple plays in that game where they could have gone up on Dowling. They end up losing, getting intercepted late in that ball game. Southeast Polk fell to Valley, and another great team. So both these teams trying to come out and prove something tonight. So we both punch back and forth. Now we're back even again.
Well, and the speed of both of these teams, we just saw it on display with the kickoff returns for both teams. So we know that this is going to be maybe a little bit of a shootout here tonight.
So Wagner's back there, the guy who returned the opening kickoff, and then Jay Combs. They're back deep to receive for Southeast Polk, as it'll be Kate Jaden to kick it off for Waukee. They're in the purple on the left side of your screen. Southeast Polk in the white uniforms. And here's the boomer. This one is going to be taken about the 9-yard line. Again, looking for room up to the 33-yard line for Isaiah Wagner. Normally you say that's a good return, but when you how do you top a 97-yarder to take it back?
Yeah, that pales in comparison to the last return. He almost went one step away.
He had another lane over there for a minute, didn't he? Well, we'll see a young quarterback out here, Jackson Daly, the 6'2", 185-pound sophomore. He 15 of 30, 193 yards and 2 TDs in the opening ball game. Didn't run much, just 3 rushes for 6 yards. And Daly comes out, hands it off right up the middle. Davion Montgomery.
They're going to test out the middle part of that defense initially, handing it off. And you're right. I think last week against Valley, it was definitely a pass rush with the quarterback and the running back, where Waukee they have the run-pass option where they can run the quarterback. And I don't think Mitch Randall ran a whole lot last week.
No, he
against
didn't
Dowling.
really. He kept it under wraps for quite a bit. Jay Combs out wide to the left side here with Fred Johnson. Slot receiver. They hand it off to the deep back, Davion. He cuts through, winds his way up, and gets close to a first down. Montgomery just good running in traffic there.
That was all on effort because somebody had a hand on him every bit of the way as he was trying to pick his way through the defense, and he just kept avoiding tacklers until he got to the 40-yard line. Just a little bit short. It's going to be 3rd and 1.
3rd and 1 at about the 40-yard line. And, of course, everybody talking about Gavin Williams moving over to Dowling for Southeast Polk. How would they recover? And so far, early going here, they got Davion Montgomery in there. Hands off, fakes it, looks out deep, throws out wide, and hits Fred Johnson out there for the first down.
Number 15 is complete to Fred Johnson. Number 6.
Nice job of rolling out with the left-handed quarterback, rolling out to the left side and finding a little separation from the defense, finding the receiver wide open down along the sideline.
8-yard gain there on a 3rd and 1. So Jackson Daly showing a little poise early, the sophomore quarterback in there in his second start. This time, slot on the right, hands off. Montgomery looking for room there and just gets hammered by that front defensive line there. Caleb Paulus in on the tackle. Caleb Paulus, Cale Thorson, Connor Arndt, and Colin Evers, the defensive line up front for Waukee. Chase Evanson, Cole Spikesma, Ethan Wiersma, the linebackers. And Bill Mukar, Simon Lofsgaard, Joe Morris, and Aaron Smith, the defensive backfield here for Waukee. Jackson Daly, the quarterback. Looks out wide to Johnson over there. Nice play, gets by the receiver, makes the catch. Boy, he waited on that ball, but it was perfectly placed, Laura.
It was perfectly placed, and he went out with his hands, caught it with the hands, and Mukhtar, I think, giving away a few inches out there on the sideline, but it was perfectly placed. Nice touch on that pass.
So 2 for 2 in the passing department here. Now they snap it. I think that came up early. There's a flag down because they had 2 guys in motion. That inside receiver was going, and the center, I think, snapped it a little early.
Snapped it early, and it was a low snap on top of that on the ground. But Daly did the right thing.
Yeah, he just got on it.
Illegal shift against the Rams.
Yeah, that puts him behind the 6 now. 1st and 15.
5-yard penalty.
So the first penalty of the night.
Result of the penalty, first down 15 for Southeast Polk.
Southeast Polk comes up. Daly with Montgomery next to him, 3 receivers wide. Fakes a handoff and just knocked down in there, the big hands up, Caleb Paulus. 6'3" junior, bats it away.
Boy, great job of pursuing the quarterback and then getting the hands up right in the line of sight of Daly. Able to knock it away. This is a big down here, 2nd and 15. You got to get some yardage here.
Yeah, you need a little bit of it to make it a little better 3rd down play here. Sundvold was 2 of 2 in the field goal range, 39, so they're a little bit out of his range, probably. Rolling right, Daly looks, and it gets knocked down. The ball goes into Montgomery's hands. I don't know if he's trying to flip it to him or did he just lose it there?
I think he was in the process of losing it. However, I think it will probably go as a completed pass.
Yeah.
As he was being wrapped up, he was just trying to get rid of it and doing a good job of being right there on the spot.
They give him a good spot on that, though. I thought it was more back at the 40. But
oh, yeah.
So that'll be 3rd and 22 at the 39.
3rd down, 21 yards to go.
Let's call it the 38-yard line of Waukee.
See if they take a shot here.
Twins to each side for Daly. Drops back. Cuts it up the middle, and they're going to pull him down. He'll get right just beyond the line of scrimmage. And Connor Arndt in there.
Read it perfectly. Just stayed right in the middle, wrapped a big arm around Daly. Otherwise, if he gets by Arndt, he's going to go and pick up a lot of yardage.
Well, you punt it here, or I think they're too far for field goal range, so they are going to try to punt it, looks like. Sundvold is also their punter.
Logan Sundvold, number 26.
Got a 38-yard average through the first game.
Joe Morrison, number 21, is deep to receive for
And
Waukee.
Morrison will go back deep for Waukee. He'll set up at the 10-yard line. Sundvold takes it. Oh, close to being blocked there. And a high bouncer, good bounce for Southeast Polk. Bounces inside the 10, still rolling down to the 6-yard line.
By Southeast Polk. Number 1, Jet Jorgensen, downfield.
So
Ball be marked
Waukee will take over on their first offensive possession after
1st and 10.
2 kickoff returns for touchdowns. They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 6-yard line. And I think last week Randall didn't run. He ran when he had to in the second half to kind of get him going, but he didn't run much. He stayed more in the pocket. He ran a few times to get him sparked, so we'll see what he does here tonight. Lindquist in the backfield. They're in the end zone and hands it off to Lindquist. He's looking for some room and makes his way up for a couple yards.
Yeah, last year we saw Randall do a lot of run-pass option, pulling the ball back out of the gut of the running back and take it on his own. And last week only 12 rushes for 31 yards. So they held him in check. So they had a good game plan for him, and I'm sure Waukee had to adjust.
Yeah, Randall 190 yards, 2 touchdown passes. There's a delayed handoff to Lindquist, and he gives him a little more room out to the about 13-yard line.
Led the tackle for the Rams. Five-yard gain, 3rd down, 3 yards to go for the Warriors.
+5, it'll be 3rd and 3 at the 13. This is where Randall is dangerous too, dropping back to pass. He's got that option to run. Looks, now he throws it up the slot. Picked off! He'll go back the other way! Touchdown, Southeast Polk. Number 5 is Wampa. Xavier Wampa returns it.
He just read that perfectly, jumped the route, stayed right there in the last minute, cuts in front of the receiver, and then takes it all the way back for the pick 6.
And what was their distance on that? About 18, I think.
Logan Sundvold to attempt the extra point.
Sundvold to come on for the extra point. Here's the kick. It's up and good.
It's good. That makes the score Southeast Polk 14, Waukee 7.
And we'll take a break. Come back with the kickoff after this on CISN.TV.
Why do I look for the seal? It's about trust. Whether I'm buying a car, hiring a contractor, finding a tax preparer, or an honest mechanic, the Better Business Bureau seal means this business meets high standards. When I see the seal, I know I'll get what I pay for. No more taking chances and no more worries. And I feel good about supporting local businesses. My life is so much easier knowing I can always trust BBB accredited businesses. It pays to look for the seal. See for yourself at bbb.org.
Moms typically get to make a majority of the healthcare decisions for their family. That can be a lot of pressure, but not for me, because I know the choice is ours. For medical tests like MRIs, X-rays, CAT scans, and of course mammograms, ask your doctor to refer you to Iowa Radiology. They work around our hectic schedules, they're the best at what they do, and they're so great with my family. They truly care, and it shows. Visit iowaradiology.com or call to schedule an appointment. Iowa Radiology.
Number 31, Xavier Moore.
Back here, ready for the kickoff after Southeast Polk picked off the ball. Laura, this is a little more like a first game with some of the mistakes we've seen on special teams and defensively here early on.
Yeah, not as sharp as you'd like to have your team here in the second game of the season. And, good scouting by Southeast Polk to figure out how they need to play this Waukee offense defensively.
Down to Aaron Smith about the 5-yard line. He looks for a block, gets one, now tries to cut it upside and turn the corner. Up to the 30, 35, slides through up to around the 38-yard line. So a good return for Waukee.
Austin Enos, number 41 on the tackle.
That gives them much better field position than their last starting spot down inside the 10-yard line.
First and 10 Warriors from Milwaukee, 38.
First and 10 from their own 38 here. Randall, 2 receivers to his right, one to his left, rather, one to his right. They throw into the slot, and that's Sam Odell. Caught one of the touchdowns last week.
Complete to the wide receiver, number 16, Sam Odell. Carter Knight, number 20 on the stop.
Pickup of 5.
Gain of 5, second and 5.
And they're playing off Odell again. They're giving him some room over there.
Randall gives it to Lindquist. He plows up the middle, close to the first down. They're going to be about a yard short.
Alex Lindquist on the carry. Davis Fairchild led the tackle.
Well, this is where you establish the run in the pass a little bit, and then Randall, if he picks his spots when he wants to take off here. Trips to the right. Throw it out wide to Sadiat. Sadiat catches it. And he caught 5 passes for 51 yards and a touchdown against Dowling, and he gets the first down there. They're into Waukee territory.
Yeah, 5 receptions for 51 yards, so just a little over 10 yards per reception.
2 left, a slot to the left. Comes across and blocks in there. That was Sadiat blocking for Lindquist, and Lindquist picking up 4 yards. Can't complain about that, getting 4 yards on the ground, because my math works out 4 yards every time you get a first down, right?
Yeah, that's the correct math, absolutely. So, they're pounding it up front, trying to establish that running game.
They come out with a double slot, 2 tight ends now, and fake the handoff. Here's Randall, breaks free, up to the 40, puts his shoulder down, and plows right in there into Mason Whitlatch, the corner.
Mason Whitlatch, number 4 for the Rams.
I don't know if the coach really wants to see his quarterback driving down into something like that, do they?
Whitlatch stood his ground and gave him quite a pop, but not sure how Randall was able to scramble out of that. He was locked in and able to find a little seam to get out and get some running room.
First and 10 at the 37 for Waukee. They trail here. Looking over the left side. Got a man, breaks through. Odell, touchdown! Waukee! 37-yard pass from Randall to Sam Odell.
And that's what you talked about, establishing the run in the middle of the field, taking some shots, and then finally going after the big play. And it was a nice little seam route, and he hits him right in stride, got in front of the defender, and lays it right into the hands of Odell.
Cade Jaden out for the extra point. Low snap. Holder has to get up and scramble. throws, and incomplete.
An extra point attempt, pass is incomplete, but there is a penalty
So
on the play.
there is a flag down, though, and that'll be against Waukee. It'll be declined, and it'll be
Pass attempt was incomplete to Xavier Moore, number
13-14. We still got 4 minutes to go in the first
I know,
quarter,
a lot
Laura.
of action, and we thought it might be a shootout just because of the
Yeah.
way these two teams play. They have both good passing games, good running games, a lot of speed on both sides of the ball, and so right now, I think as you had mentioned, special teams is kind of stepping up big. You got the pick six
Penalty was an
for Southeast
ineligible
Polk, and then here again, special teams plays a part in this one where they can't get the ball down for the kicker to be able to kick the point after.
That was a 62-yard drive, but as you say, that
Waukee 13.
fumbled the snap and tried to go for the 2, and Southeast Polk will get it back on the kickoff. We had back-to-back kickoff returns for touchdowns to open the game, an interception return for a touchdown by Southeast Polk, then a 62-yard drive by Waukee, extra point no good, and we're 14-13 here with still 4:15 to play
Isaiah Wagner,
in
number 11.
the first quarter.
Jake Holmes, number 3, deep to receive for the Rams.
Back again, Isaiah Wagner and Jay Combs for Southeast Polk. On the right of your screen there in the white. Big crowd here on hand on the Waukee side, and also on the far side, Southeast Polk fans here tonight. On a beautiful night for high school football. Here's the kick this time. That's a way to beat the return, is get a touchback.
Jaden's kick goes into the end zone for a
Yeah, that's your
touchback.
best weapon against the speed of Southeast Polk. Kick it into the end zone for the touchback.
So Southeast Polk will start their second drive. Their first one stalled. They got it up to, what, about their own 38 and stalled, or the Waukee 38, and then they stalled. So they'll bring him out. Jackson Daly will bring him out.
First and
Heath
10
Wilden and
Rams
Fred Johnson
from the
come to
Southeast
the
Polk
left.
20-yard line.
Davion Montgomery in the backfield. Hands it off to him. He's looking for room, but is pulled down
Davion Montgomery, number 2.
in the middle there.
Cale Thorson, number 59,
By
made the stop for the Warriors.
Thorson,
Gain of 1.
Cale Thorson.
Second down,
6'1"
9 yards to go for the
senior.
Rams.
Waukee is pretty tough up the middle, and the Rams have tried it several times, have not been able to get a ton of yardage on that, but you've got to establish some things up
They
the
again,
middle.
yeah, establish the run, and they've got Spears. Have got some speed at the receiver spots here. Daly makes the handoff, looks to the crossing route there, then throws it outside as
Pass is incomplete.
they had Heath Wilden covered, and he was the only guy there as he came down and in.
Number 13, Heath Wilden.
And I think Daly heard some footsteps, too. He knew he needed to get rid
Yeah.
of it.
Quarterback for the Warriors.
And he didn't want to throw into that double coverage,
Right.
so he just threw it out wide and threw it away,
Third
which
and 9 for the Rams.
seeing a little poise out of the sophomore early on here. So 3rd and 9, though. For Southeast Polk. Here's Daly. Drops back. And he's going to be ripped down immediately. That's Cale Thorson in there first. And Caleb Paulus cleaned it up.
The offensive line couldn't hold them off for very long. They were bringing everybody, and that offensive line just collapsed, and Daly went down underneath a lot of purple jerseys.
And we didn't talk about it. That is the strength of Waukee, their defense. And they gave up a couple big plays to Dowling, and then there was one just perfect pass that they had well defended that just snuck in there for the go-ahead touchdown. But they were a pretty solid unit against Dowling last week, and here they've got Southeast Polk pushed back to their own 13. Sunvold boots it out of there. Not a real great kick, but they get a good bounce on it. It's going to roll all the way across the 45 up to the 49. That thing hit about the 25 and rolled about 20 yards.
Got everything out of that punt that he could get out of it.
First and 10.
It had one earlier down at the other end that pinned Waukee up against their old goal line. So he's got that end-over-end kick that has done them some favors here so far in this ballgame.
So Waukee comes out, first and 10 at the Southeast Polk 49. Two backs back there with Mitch Randall this time. And he hands off.
Aaron Smith, number
And
5
Smith
on the carry.
carries it up.
Justin Brindley, number 32, and Brady Lyons, number 40 on the tackle.
Justin Brindley in on the tackle. He
Second
gets
and 7.
3. This time they go with 3 receivers and a slot back, and then fake to Lindquist, throw it across to Sadiat, and he's got the first down.
Pass is complete from quarterback Mitch Randall.
And with his size,
Tight end, number
6'2",
89,
he 207, he's hard to
junior.
to defend in that middle as he goes down the seam.
And he just found a spot in the middle of the defense and sat down.
Yep.
And
he's
waited
a
for
big
the
target
throw.
to throw
Yep.
it to.
Is a Warrior.
So
First down.
first and 10 at the 37. Waukee trips to the right now. Lone receiver to the left. This time Randall will keep it himself. Gets up to the 30 and is knocked out of bounds.
Number 4 on the
Fans
keeper.
didn't like that, but that was just a good hard hit out of bounds.
Mason Whitlatch made the tackle.
Yeah, it was, and Whitlatch doing a good job of staying with the play,
6-yard
because you
gain.
never know if Randall's going to fake like he's going to go out and then try to cut back in. You've got to stay and stick him, and he did,
31.
and it was not excessive.
And the one thing
coming
you
out
do
of
not
bounds.
want to let him do is get the corner, because
Right.
if he does, it's a sprint, and he's got the speed to beat you. He's got Lindquist with him in the backfield, this time a tight formation. They hand off to Lindquist. He wends his way up toward a first down. He might have it.
26, the running back.
Looks like where they're marking it,
Ethan Butcher,
probably
the
will.
captain on the tackle,
and they
number
give it to
92.
him. So it'll be a first down and 10 for Waukee.
Result of
2:03 to
play is
play.
another Warrior.
He was one
First
step
down.
away from breaking it. Somebody got him around the ankles in that pile and tripped him up.
Waukee got Smith wide. Sadiat lines up the tight end on the left side, and Lindquist in the back. Here comes Smith in motion. Inside handoff to him. He breaks free somehow. He'll cut it back the other way. Gets a block. 35, 20, and gets knocked out of bounds. Close to a first down.
Number 5, Aaron Smith on the carry.
You know, Mitch Randall was watching the play develop, and all of a sudden he sees his running back coming the other way. He turns and
Turned
looks
and put
for
a hat on
somebody.
somebody, didn't he?
Yes,
Yeah.
he did,
Yep.
and that helped open things up.
That sprung him to the outside in the first down.
Result of the play, 10-yard gain is another Warrior. First down.
First and 10 at the 17. Randall keeps it himself. Held it in Lindquist's belly a long time and then took it up the gut himself.
Carter Olson made
And
the
gets a
stop,
big chunk,
135
5 yards.
Rams. 5-yard gain, 2nd and 5 for Waukee. From the Southeast Polk
So Waukee
12.
methodically running it down the field. Gaines and Odell wide to the left. Martinez to the right. Lindquist in the backfield. He'll get the handoff. Chugs over the right side and
Lindquist around the
stopped him
side,
right
number
about the
26.
line of scrimmage. That time the Southeast Polk defenders converged pretty well on
yeah,
that.
they read it perfectly and
Caggiano
were right on it.
led the tackle,
Held them to
number
maybe just a
33.
yard game. So big third down here, 3rd and 4,
Olson assisting, number 31.
as this first quarter is winding down.
Dominic Caggiano, the defensive
Gain
end,
about
in there
1,
first.
3rd and 4 for the Warriors.
3rd and 4 at the 11 for Waukee. They send that slot in motion. Looks now. Randall takes it up the middle. Winds through. Touchdown, Mitch Randall.
Randall with some good footwork sidesteps the defender who had him and could have dropped him for a loss, but he was able to work his way around and then continue to drive it up the middle for the touchdown.
18.8 seconds to go here in the first quarter, and Waukee takes the lead back. Looks like they're not going to chase that miss point. They're just going to go with the kick here, which I agree with. It's too early.
Yeah,
as much points as they're scoring now, why chase it? There's the snap. The kick is good by Jaden.
And the kick is good. That makes the score Waukee.
Makes it 20-14 Waukee. And we still have 18.8 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Let's take a break. We'll do that. We're back with the kickoff after this on CISN.TV.
Why do I look for the seal? It's about trust. Whether I'm buying a car, hiring a contractor, finding a tax preparer, or an honest mechanic, the Better Business Bureau's seal means this business meets high standards. When I see the seal, I know I'll get what I pay for. No more taking chances and no more worries. And I feel good about supporting local businesses. My life is so much easier knowing I can always trust BBB accredited businesses. It pays to look for the seal. See for yourself at bbb.org/Iowa.
Moms typically get to make a majority of the healthcare decisions for
We're
their
at
family.
Waukee.
That
It's
can be
been a
lot of
first
pressure,
quarter
but not for
shootout
me,
here
because I
at
know the
Waukee
choices
hosting
are.
Southeast Polk. Warriors have had back-to-back drives here, a 62-yarder, missed the extra point. Then this one, they got it at the 49 after a big defensive sack and drove it 49 yards and scored. It's 2014, and Waukee will kick it off here. Kate Jaden set to kick it deep to Jay Combs and Isaiah Wagner for Southeast Polk. Wagner takes it, fumbles it, and back into the end zone. Now he'll come out of there and make it up to the 15. Now, I'm not sure, but I think he could have downed that as a muff ball on the kickoff, but he decided to bring it out.
And you don't know that in the heat of the moment. You just your mind's working like that. You have to pick it up and you have to advance it.
And sometimes when you fumble that ball, the defense slows up and you pick it up and they take off. But anyway, 1st and 10 at the home 15 for Southeast Polk, trailing now 20-14. They returned the opening kickoff for a touchdown. Waukee returned the subsequent kickoff for a touchdown. Southeast Polk picked off a pass, returned it, and then Waukee's put together a couple drives. So here comes Jackson Daly. .2 to play, and now they're
Well, they're moving it up to the 20, it looks like.
I wonder if it went into the end zone then, if it was, because you can't run it out of the end zone in high school. I think that's the call. So that would be, I think that's what they're calling it, a touchback. The ball became dead, so. High school rules are a lot different. They don't want any of that where somebody can, run it out. Anytime it goes into the end zone, it's automatically. So 1st and 10 for Southeast Polk. Handoff and driven back. Looked like he had some room there for a minute.
Number 27, the running back. No name listed in the program for that number.
Yeah, we don't have a 27 listed, but
Joe Morrison, number 21, made the nice tackle.
Morrison on the tackle.
Gain of 4.
Titus Christensen
2nd and 6.
was the back.
That's the end of the first quarter with the score Waukee 20.
Well, first quarter's over. I need to take a break and catch my breath. It's 2014. Southeast Polk will have the ball. We come back after this on CISN.TV.
Sponsored by Waukee.
We might not always know what the day will bring, but some things are certain. The sun will rise and your lights will go on. That's because at MidAmerican Energy, we're obsessively, relentlessly committed to providing you energy when and where you need it, to connecting with you and keeping our communities safe and strong. Because the most important thing we put our energy into is you. We're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Why do I look for the seal? It's about trust. Whether I'm buying a car, hiring a contractor, finding a tax preparer, or an honest mechanic, the Better Business Bureau's seal means this business meets high standards. When I see the seal, I know I'll get what I pay for. No more taking chances and no more worries. And I feel good about supporting local businesses. My life is so much easier knowing I can always trust BBB accredited businesses. It pays to look for the seal. See for yourself at bbb.org/Iowa.
You don't have to go to Hy-Vee Market Grill to get Hy-Vee Market Grill. Now get Hy-Vee Market Grill delivered. Choose from the best burgers in town, delicious steaks, seafood, appetizers. There's nothing mini about the Hy-Vee Market Grill menu, and it's all delivered to your door. Save time and save the day, or at least dinner.
Back to Waukee here, Southeast Polk rolling out the pass. Daly hits his man at the sideline. Is he in?
They're going to say he was out.
The pass was complete to number Jake Holmes, but out of bounds, so it's incomplete.
So sliding down, but didn't have enough room over there. And it'll be third and 6 at the 24. For Southeast Polk. I know it's early to say this, but Laura, another big third down here because the way Waukee's been driving it.
And the clock down to 5 seconds.
And they're going to have to take a timeout.
Timeout, Southeast Polk.
Just couldn't get the play in quick enough, decide what they wanted to do. You're right, it is a big third down, so they wanted to make sure that they could pick up that yardage and not have to punt it away again.
So far, Southeast Polk been trying to establish that running game, but it hasn't been a real big threat, I don't think, at this point.
No, they keep trying to go up the middle. They haven't found any running lanes to break anybody loose to get some yardage, and so they're rolling the quarterback out, trying to get that defense to shift, see if they can find some angles and some receivers downfield to pick up some yardage.
And Waukee seems to be doing a pretty good job, too, of covering up the receivers for Southeast Polk, not giving Jackson Daly much to look at early on here.
Yeah, this defense is doing a good job of matching up with the receivers and staying with them and then they're flushing Daly, too. They're making him move and throw it a little bit before he wants to.
3rd and 6 for the Rams. Southeast Polk.
So they come out 3rd and 6 at the 24. Southeast Polk. Daly drops back, looks, has to scramble, going left, now throws it, and it's dropped. Looks like he had Titus Christians up there.
Number 27.
When Titus Christian knows that he just let one get away because he probably would have picked up the first down if he had pulled that ball in.
So it'll be a punt for Southeast Polk. Sunvold is the kicker.
Sunvold in punt formation.
And Joe Morrison back deep to receive. And this one bounces. Morrison picks it up at the 30. And there's a block in the back. So that one's going to be moved back.
Morrison returns. Penalty flag on the play.
I think Ethan Wiersma is guilty of that block in the back. So that'll back up Waukee from the spot of the foul.
That was Mason Whitlack coming down, and he got pushed from behind. So
on the return, holding against the Warriors.
well, they called it holding.
They called it
I think
holding.
Illegal block.
Oh, illegal block. Okay, now he
In
corrected
the
it.
back.
So that moves it back to the 19.
Result of the penalty is 1st and 10 Warriors from the Waukee 19-yard line.
And Mitch Randall comes out again. Hand off to Lindquist. Lindquist gets stopped up in the backfield, still powers ahead.
Alex Lindquist.
Gets a
On the
couple.
carry, number 26.
Southeast Polk got pretty good penetration that time.
And they did, but they couldn't wrap him up. He just kept the legs driving, and he gained all of those 2.5, 3 yards on his own. That was all on effort.
2nd and 7.
Bring up a 2nd and 7. Got 2 receivers slotted tight on the right, 2 on the left. He pulls it out of Lindquist's belly and then just kind of lobs it up there. And Martinez gets it, but he's pulled down after about a yard gain.
Justin Brindley made the tackle, number 32.
And they'll give him a 2-yard pickup. Makes it 3rd and 5 at the 24. This time they spread them out. 3 at the top, 1 receiver at the bottom. And draw up the middle. Lindquist has a big lane. 40, 50, 45, and runs out of bounds at the 44, 45-yard line. Good time for that
Misdirection.
call, yep.
Everybody going to the right, and then they just put it in the belly of Lindquist, and he was able to run all day. A lot of daylight, a lot of green in front of him.
So they get into Waukee or Southeast Polk territory. Waukee does 1st and 10. Fake the handoff again. Randall lobs it over. Screen pass to Lindquist, and he's dropped after a pickup of about 3 or 4.
Tackle by number 40, Brady Lyons.
Let the defense come in, and they set up the screen, able to get a couple yards off of that.
2nd and 7 at the 42. They look over here. Lindquist comes back in toward Randall. They got Sadiat out in the slot. Well, they got slots each side. Here comes Sadiat in motion. He turns in to block, but Randall takes it himself
Quarterback Mitch Randall on the keeper, number
and
4.
runs it up.
That time removed by Carter Olson.
Picked up just 2 yards on that run. 3rd and 5 at the 40.
3rd and 5 for the Warriors. On the
Waukee
Southeast Polk 40-yard line.
started at their 19. Randall rolls left, looks, throws. Oh, right off the hands and pads of Odell.
Randall's pass
He
is
kind of let that
incomplete.
one eat him up a little bit.
He did, and I think he kind of turned to take a peek to see where the defenders were and took his eye off.
He
of
had
it.
a lot of space around him, and
Yeah.
I think you're right.
4th down Waukee.
So it'll be 4th and 5. Let's see what they do here. Kind of long for a field goal, so I think they're going to punt it.
Parker Polk, number 28. In
Now-
punt formation for the Warriors.
Xavier Wampa will go back.
Correction, that's Colin Evers, number 28.
And it sails over his head. Well, just like Laura's drive onto the green, it holds up right there, right?
Right, a little backspin, it checks up, sits right next to the pin. This one, nice job of just a little pooch kick.
Yep.
Gets the high bounce, and they're able to down it at the 5.
Well, 8:57 to go here in the first half.
Downed it, number 41.
Southeast Polk, they don't need to score, but they need to get a little offensive drive going here, don't they, to get their confidence going a little bit?
Yeah, they need to hold on to the ball for a while
Yeah.
offensively. They need to march it down the field and hold on to it, run a little time off the clock.
Because they've had their defense out there for quite a bit here in the second quarter. And Jackson Daly, the sophomore, brings them out. Got Montgomery with him in the backfield. Brings the slot in motion and will hand it off, but there's a flag down of too much motion. I think the offensive lineman jumped. So they'll half the distance there.
That's not the kind of start that you want, especially backed up with the goal line right at your back. Now half the distance. Not a whole lot of room to operate.
First and just over 12 yards.
So that'll be make it 1st and 12. It's not a big penalty, but it is as far as field position. And rolling, throwing, has a man up for a first down, up all the way up to the 20-yard line.
Quarterback Jackson Daly's pass is complete.
Possibly a missed assignment over there because he was wide open right on the sideline.
Wagner over there.
Number 5.
And Daly rolls out, hits him with the pass, and it's 1st and 10 at the 21. So now they're out of that shadow of the end zone.
And maybe that's the kind of play that will help build that confidence for the Rams.
Daly checks the arm sheet to see what the play is here. And then timeout called. There's a little confusion on Southeast Polk. Daly checked to see what the play was, couldn't figure it out, and then they call timeout. So we'll take a break here. We'll be back with more after this on CISN.TV.
Every month or so, there's another story in the media about when and how often we need to get our mammograms. It's kind of confusing. When this happens, I like to consult with experts. So I called Iowa Radiology. They recommend women get an annual mammogram starting at age 40. They know that it's the best way to detect cancers early and save lives. And that's good enough for me. Visit iowaradiology.com or call to schedule your mammogram. Iowa Radiology, our focus is your good health.
Hi, Ron here, head coach of Westside Auto Pros. When your car's on the injured reserve, you want to get it back in the game as soon as possible. I know that. That's why you need to bring it here to Westside Auto Pros. I have a team of experts that can fix almost every automotive injury. Whether it's a fractured joint, a brake, or if your car just got its bell rung, no problem. We can even do a complete physical on your car to make sure it's game ready for the entire season. So bring your car to Westside Auto Pros and we'll get it back in the starting lineup in no time. Hey, you guys are dogging it back here. Let's move it, move it, move it.
Back to action, deep pass, and over the head as Fred Johnson tried to go up for that, but Aaron Smith had good coverage back there. And it'll be 2nd and 10 at the 21. Well, Daly's got a little pop of the arm too, doesn't he? He got the downfield quite a ways.
And he's got nice touch as well.
2nd and 10 for the Rams.
Hand it to the slot coming through there, trying to turn the corner was Isaiah Wagner. And good pursuit by Waukee, just never let him get around the corner. And he loses a little bit of yardage.
Coming on the reverse handoff, and you're right, the defense they were able to sniff it out, stay with him, string it out, didn't allow him to get the corner.
12 yards to go for the Rams from the Southeast Polk 19.
So again, a big 3rd down here for Southeast Polk. They converted last time. Well, they had it 1st and 12 at the 3. Let's see what they do now. They send 3 receivers to the left. For Daly, he rolls left, the lefty, wings it out there, and I can't know if he was going for Johnson or Wagner, but he didn't get it to either one there. He had an intermediate and then a deep route. I think he might be trying to get it to the deep guy.
Yeah, they were both in the vicinity, and he just overthrew the short receiver and dropped in front of the long receiver.
Sunfold back to punt. Morrison will set up back at his 40. And a good rush, but he gets it away in a nice high punt. And it stays in bounds. And a good roll on that one, all the way down to about the 13. That hit about the 30 and then rolled another 20-some yards for Sunblad.
You know, it looked like it was Justin Brindley down there that at the last minute came up and got a block. Otherwise, that punt might have been blocked. So credit Brindley for coming in and allowing his
almost
kicker.
Looked like it was headed out of bounds here, but it caught and stayed in. This turf they put in new last year, so relatively new surface here, but Mitch Randall brings them out. 1st and 10 at the 14. 7:08 to play, first half. Waukee leading by 6. And Randall spins back in, and he'll get wrapped up.
Mitch Randall, number 4 on the quarterback keeper. Justin Brindley made the stop.
And you have to wrap him up because we've seen him before. If you let him spin out of there and break free, he's got the speed to turn on the jets.
And he's got the strength to break through those tackles as well, so that's why you do have to wrap him up.
Randall has Odell and Sadiat to his left, and then 2 receivers to his right. With Lindquist back there. Pitches it to Lindquist. Lindquist trying to turn the corner. Gets it up and dives. He might have the first down or be
number 26.
Pretty close over there.
Going to be very close, and you can get him out in space like that. He's showing off his speed as he almost got that corner turn, but he's going to be very close to the first down. Just came up a yard short.
His foot must have went out as he dove. Yep. So 3rd and 1 at the 22-yard line. For Waukee. Handoff, Lindquist busts through and is taken down by Wampa just as it looked like he might go.
Wampa got over there just in time to wrap up Lindquist, because otherwise everybody was bunched up in the middle. They were expecting the drive up the middle, trying to get that 1 yard, and instead they busted outside, and Wampa gets over and cuts off the angle.
Trips right now. Hand off and spin it around is Smith, who's in there. In relief of Lindquist. Lindquist will come back in after getting the play off.
1 yard gain, 2nd and 9.
They pick up 1, 2nd and 9. At the 28. Randall with 2 backs bracketed him now. He wants Sadiat to come back in. Sadiat comes in motion, fakes it to Sadiat. Now looks across the middle, has a man. Smith cuts it outside. It is pulled down. A good tackle as he tried to get away there. Aaron Smith, though, wide open across the middle.
Yeah, just down the seam, and it's laid in there perfectly by Randall. And Smith makes a cut across the field, and not sure who it was, but got an ankle tackle on him to cut his feet out from underneath him.
1st and 10 at the 46. Waukee looking to build on that 6-point lead. Hand off, Lindquist. He plows ahead and gets 1.
Number 26. Olson made the tackle, number 31.
Carter Olson on the tackle.
1, 2nd and 9.
You know, and if Waukee can time this so they can score right at the end of the half, they're going to get the ball to start the third quarter.
Third quarter, yep, they are. They deferred, so. And so far, Southeast Polk's offense hasn't shown they can keep a sustained drive up. Their scores coming on kickoff, run back on the opening kickoff on an interception return. Randall scrambles out of there, fakes out. No, he didn't fake him out. I thought he juked him, but good job by Justin Brindley. Did not take the fake and was able to pull Randall down. And that's not an easy job when you get him in space.
No, and that's a great open field tackle by Brindley.
So now a big 3rd down here for Waukee, but also Southeast Polk. If they can get the ball back now here. They got just under 4 minutes to play. 3rd and 10 at the 46 for Randall. Rolling to his left, looks, throws it out wide, just high to Sam Odell.
Pass is incomplete.
I think that might have been a first down if he was able to get it, but
It would have been very close, and that ball just sailed on Randall as he was rolling out.
Whitlock was closing fast too, so I think Randall wanted to try to keep it away from the defender, but as you say, it sailed on him a little bit there. And I think Colin Evers is going to come back and punt the way they've been punting tonight. Why mess around here? Try to pin him back deep again.
Last week, 5 punts, 34-yard average.
Nice snap, but no rush on, and he nice booming back there. Wampa has a call for the fair catch and takes it at the 10. And that's where Southeast Polk will start with 3:26 to play.
Is fair caught by Xavier Wampa, number 5 for the Rams. Southeast Polk will take over 1st and 10. From the Rams,
Well, if you're the Rams, this is where you have to put together a good game
Right.
plan for the next 3 minutes, 26 seconds. If you can go down and get some points, whether it's a touchdown or a field goal, it's going to give you a little momentum to end the half.
And I don't know if they do any up-tempo, but this might be the place where you
Yeah.
try to do a little bit of up-tempo,
Yeah.
keep the defense back, but we'll see here. Jackson Daly brings them out. They're going to move the ball over to the other hash, toward the other hash there. He's got Montgomery with him. Now we're going to move it back the other way.
Oh, and
Okay.
Both hashes, and now they put it right in the middle of the field.
Here's Southeast Polk. Daly keeps it, and he's smothered. He's going to lose a yard. Didn't fool anybody with that one.
That's Jackson Daly.
It was supposed to be an RPO, but there was not much running, not much option at all when you
No.
get purple shirts all over you at the start. Loses a yard, 2nd and 11. At the 9-yard line. Couple receivers to his left, one to his right. This time hands it off and looking for a little running room, but not finding anything as it closes early.
Boy, everybody's hitting down there. A little extracurricular activity in the pile.
Yeah, Wampa on the carry there.
Waukee.
Waukee calls a timeout. Let's take a quick break. We'll do that. Come back with more after this on CISN.TV.
Every month or so, there's another story in the media about when and how often we need to get our mammograms. Kind of confusing. When this happens, I like to consult with experts. So I called Iowa Radiology. They recommend women get an annual mammogram starting at age 40. They know that it's the best way to detect cancers early and save lives. And that's good enough for me. Visit iowaradiology.com or call to schedule your mammogram. Iowa Radiology, our focus is your good health.
Back here at Waukee, Dart Danielson, Laura Leonard on CISN.TV. We also have Valley Dolly streaming tonight. And let's see, who's the other one? Centennial, and I can't remember who they're playing. But we have 3 streams up tonight. And it'll be interesting to see how that Valley Dowling matchup comes out.
I thought I saw a score come across the scoreboard. I thought it was 7-2. Dowling ahead of Valley. I thought, well, somebody got a safety in that game. So
here's Southeast Polk. Daly rolling, looking back over. Man wide open at the 20, 30, 35, 40. Knocked out of bounds on the far side.
Number 27, Titus Christensen.
Titus Christensen And that was beautifully executed there. Had everybody going to the right and then throws back, and they get the first down.
Wide open, and that's the play that they needed because Waukee took that timeout to try to preserve some time, thinking if they could hold them, force them to punt, they'd have some time.
To pick up 30 yards on that play, and he breaks a tackle, and,
Yeah.
and he's gone there too. Trips to the right for Daly. Hands it off, no, keeps it, and hits Wagner. And Wagner gets up a chunk of 8 here.
When Wagner just went up and grabbed that with the hands and then got hit from both sides. 2 Waukee defenders right there. Kind of sandwiched him.
Gain of 8, 2nd and 2.
2nd and 2, a little over 2 minutes to play here. Southeast Polk started at their 10. Didn't start real well. They lost a yard, gained a yard, and then picked up 30. The third down play was big. Trips to the left now for Daly. Fakes the handoff, slings it to the slot receiver, and he gets up ahead, Fred Johnson, for the first down. That'll stop the clock into Waukee territory at the 43-yard line.
Lobscored once again on the tackle.
Boy, and Daly just able to find the angle and the seam because the defender was coming in hands up trying to knock that pass down, but he zips a laser out to his receiver.
Coach's kid, Tracy Daly, of course, the head coach of the girls basketball team, so
he knows what to do in a 2-minute drill.
Fakes the handoff, looks, cross deep, got a man in the seam, caught, touchdown, Fred Johnson.
He just ran a little post route, and he laid it out there for him as he was getting hit as well. He let that one fly.
43-yarder.
So shows you his arm strength as well because the defender was right in on top of him, and he was able to let it fly. Johnson able to run in underneath it.
So
Logan
Sunvold will come on for the extra point to try to give Southeast Polk the lead. And there it is. It's good.
It's good. That makes the score Southeast Polk 21, Waukee 20.
21-20 Southeast Polk, just like that. A couple big passing plays, the big third down, Laura, and then the 43-yarder for the touchdown.
You know, up until this drive, the Rams really couldn't sustain anything offensively. And once they were able to pick up that big third down after Waukee called the timeout, all of a sudden things started clicking for them, and they hit on every play, pass play after pass play, to get him down the field, and then hit the long one for the touchdown and the go-ahead.
Well, and I suppose the coaches over there said, everybody stay in your lanes on the kickoff.
Yeah. Boy, I wonder what the record is for number of kickoff returns in a ball game.
I don't know.
By both teams.
So Southeast Polk takes the lead back here.
Logan Sunvold to pick on. Aaron Smith, number 5. Alex Lindquist, number 26. Xavier Moore, number 31, deep to receive for the Warriors.
Here's Sunvold with the kick, and recovered. Did it go far enough?
Well, it hit a defender, it hit a up lineman for Waukee, and went straight up in the air.
Recovered by Southeast Polk. They're talking about it here.
Mason Whitlatch for the Rams.
And Whitlock recovered it for Southeast Polk, and they get the ball back here with 1:13 to play.
That takes some precision kicking
Yep.
as well to be able to kick it right off of one of the Waukee players. And then it went straight up. Everybody converged on it. Whitlatch able to pull it in.
Had a pretty good time to call it. You know, you're thinking, okay, they just took the lead back. Now we're going to kick it deep and try to hold Waukee, but they,
right. But you do gamble a little there because if you don't recover it, you give Waukee a short field.
Give a short field, but it's in a spot where nobody was thinking probably onside there.
Right.
So Jackson Daly brings it back out. 1st and 10 at the 44. Handoff inside. Still rumbling up ahead is Xavier Wampa.
Right now the Rams have Waukee on their heels.
Yeah, they got some momentum going there.
Still reeling from that kickoff. Surprise kickoff that the Rams were able to recover and maintain this momentum, try to go in and score again before the half runs out.
Under a minute here, trips to the right. Daly hands it off. Wampa again, finds some room outside. Can he turn the corner? 10, 5, knocked out of bounds. And that's a big play. It stops the clock for him and gives them 1st and goal.
What a stiff arm by Wampa as he was turning the corner. He just threw the defender aside and able to turn it and then get out of bounds at the 5-yard line.
So 1st and 6 at the 6 here with 40.3 seconds to play in the first half.
You got 2 timeouts left as well. Or 1. You have one timeout left.
Yep.
So no real big rush
You
here.
could probably run it once if you had to, but you also, we see Daly, haven't seen him run much, but fakes the handoff, rolls to his right, looking, throws it. He's going to throw that away. He just threw it. You could tell immediately we released it. Everybody's covered. He's throwing it away.
Yeah.
Smart play. Used up about 10 seconds, somewhere around there, 12 seconds off the clock for that. Brings up 2nd and 6 at the goal.
Pass was intended for Collins, number 3. 2nd down and goal from Milwaukee 6.
Bring him out of the huddle. We'll send Wagner to the left. 2 receivers to the right. Holmes is one of them, and Johnson looks, throws the fade, and it's over the head of Wagner.
Not enough air underneath that. He's well defended, though.
Yep.
But just not enough air underneath that fade pattern. And
Aaron Smith did a good job of covering.
yes, he really did. He was right there with him.
Aaron Smith, number 5, defending.
So 3rd and 6 here.
You know, in this drive, they had been having success with the run until they got here, and now they've tried to throw it 2 times.
I think they're a little worried with just 1 timeout, but we'll see what they do here now. Wampa in the backfield with Daly. Makes a handoff, rolls, looks, throws back across, coming across, touchdown! Back across the other way to Brock Stiles.
Stiles just across, comes across, a little drag across the opposite way of the roll of Daly, and he was wide open.
Well, the way this is going, I'm going to run out of score sheet here before we get done with this. 24 seconds to go, and Sunvold will come on for the extra point. Is good.
And the kick is good.
That makes it 27 to 20.
Waukee 20.
Southeast Polk on top.
You know, Southeast Polk, as I said it before, really had trouble moving the ball through most of this first half. The last 2 drives, picking up yardage in big chunks.
And the thing was, Daly had, well, the one he did get away under pressure, but I mean, he's had enough time back there to look. Well, the one on the 30-yarder was kind of got it going one way and threw it back.
Yeah.
But on that deep strike, he had just enough time and had the poise too to stick in there and get rid of it. So, well, we'll see here. Do we get a true kickoff? Do we get a return for a touchdown, or do we get just the old-fashioned? We've had a touchback. We've had a little bit of everything here.
I'll tell you what, everybody on that front line for the Warriors, they're going to be very aware
this time
of where the kick is going. They're not going to turn their back.
Last time, Southeast Polk had the onside and went off the player. Aaron Smith back there in the middle. Received. Lindquist is back there. And this one is going to be a bouncer caught short. And that would hit him right in a, I think it hit him kind of low, Laura.
In a bad spot.
Yeah.
On the kickoff reception.
That was Hayden Hawksmeyer. He needs to come over and take a deep breath.
Yeah, several deep breaths. Yeah, that one. You know, give him credit. He hung on to the ball, down the ball, and got over to the sideline, and he's getting a little attention.
1st and 10 at the 28 with 22.9 to play. And
I think Waukee's just going to let it run out.
yeah, I think they're going to be glad to go into the halftime and make some adjustments here, as we've seen 48 points scored here in this first half.
And 9.
And the clock will wind down here on this first half. Southeast Polk will take an 8-point lead to the half. We'll take a break, come back, and break down our scoring after this on CISN.TV.
Stick around for your halftime entertainment.
We might not always know what the day will bring, but some things are certain. The sun will rise and your lights will go on. That's because at MidAmerican Energy, we're obsessively, relentlessly committed to providing you energy when and where you need it, to connecting with you and keeping our communities safe and strong. Because the most important thing we put our energy into is you. We're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Here's to everyone who believes in competition and good sportsmanship, who knows it's not about the trophies or the medals, but rather the lessons learned. For those who understand, it's not whether you win or lose, just that you give your best. So go ahead, lace them up, take the field, have fun, and play. For the experience, for the memories, for the love of the game. Shields.
You want to get stronger, faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community.
You don't have to go to Hy-Vee Market Grill to get Hy-Vee Market Grill. Now get Hy-Vee Market Grill delivered. Choose from the best burgers in town, delicious steaks, seafood, appetizers. There's nothing mini about the Hy-Vee Market Grill menu, and it's all delivered to your door. Save time and save the day, or at least dinner. Just order on the Hy-Vee Market Grill app. Hy-Vee Market Grill. We deliver delicious.
You want to get stronger, faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're
Welcome to Waukee. We've built our house on hard work, honesty, discipline, integrity. Must be a Waukee thing. Schottenkirk Chevrolet is proud to be your hometown dealer.
Here's to everyone who believes in competition and good sportsmanship, who knows it's not about the trophies or the medals, but rather the lessons learned. For those who understand, it's not whether you win or lose, just that you give your best. So go ahead, lace them up, take the field, have fun, and play. For the experience, for the memories, for the love of the game. Shields.
We are back at halftime here at Waukee. It's 28-20 Southeast Polk in a wild first half. Dar Danielson, Laura Leonard. We'll run down the scoring for you. Opening kickoff, Isaiah Wagner took it at the 3 and then cut outside up the right side, went 97 yards for the touchdown. Sunvol hit the PAT and it was 7-0 Southeast Polk. 13 seconds later, well, it took 13 seconds. Aaron Smith took the kickoff at the 96, went up the middle, brought it back, and hi there, and took it back. So we had back-to-back kickoffs to open the game, and it was 7-7 after that. Then Southeast Polk, Xavier Wampa with 6:13 to play in the first quarter, intercepted the ball at the 21, ran it in. The PAT was good, and Southeast Polk was up 14-0. Still in the first quarter, 4:15 to play. It was Randall to Sam Odell, 37-yard touchdown pass, and Odell broke down the seam. And I think we have that one here for you. And there it is. You see him and caught it for the touchdown. And that made it. The snap was bad. They tried to throw it in there for the 2-point conversion, and it was no good. Now we're seeing the oh, that was a sack. And from 11 yards out after a drive by Waukee, that made it 20-14. Southeast Polk had the ball down on the 10 after a punt, lost a yard, then gained a yard. It was 3rd and 10 at the 10. They ran kind of a misdirection play to the right, and they threw back to the left, and it was caught for the first down. Then they threw a 43-yard touchdown pass to Fred Johnson. The PAT was good, and it was 21-20. Then on the next kickoff, an onside kickoff went off the Waukee front man and recovered. Did Wampa recover that? I'm not sure.
I'm not sure.
He's been all over the field. So.
It was Wampa or Whitlatch.
Whitlatch, I think you're right.
One of those.
Anyway,
yeah.
So then that was they got it at the 49 and then drove it down. And with 24 seconds to play here in the first half, Southeast Polk had a pass, got Stiles dragging across, and a 6-yard touchdown pass. The extra point was good, so Southeast Polk up 28-20. And we're talking about, Laura, Southeast Polk's offense just, when they got the ball on their drives, they could not seem like they got anything going until they got the 2 big pass plays, got the momentum, and then they said, let's try that onside kick. Got it, and then we're able to drive it in and score. So a big momentum shift right before the half.
Yeah, they did a nice job, and really got, I do think it was that 3rd down play that kind of gave them the confidence and gave them the momentum as they marched down the field, and they were able to get that first offensive score of the ball game, and then taking that onside kick right down again for another score right to end the half. So now Waukee has a hole that they have to climb out of, and Southeast Polk has all the momentum.
And Waukee, they've been, methodically driving it on offense. They punt it down to the 10, and looks like the defense might hold again, and they'll get it back. But again, big plays, and wow, you really got to, for Jackson Daly, really poised back there as just a sophomore starter for Southeast Polk. He's made some good decisions there for them at quarterback.
Yeah, he looks like he has a big arm. He has nice touch on a lot of his passes and very accurate. And you're right, making good decisions. When he gets into a little bit of trouble, gets flushed out of the pocket, knows what he needs to do.
The band out here playing here for Waukee. So let's talk a little bit about it in the Southeast Polk locker room. You got that momentum, so what's Coach Milinovic saying to him there at halftime?
Well, I think you have to remind them that Waukee is going to get the ball to start the third quarter, so you're going to come out on defense. Number one, stay in your lanes. Don't allow that kickoff return. Yeah. So that's, I think, on top of everybody's mind. But then play good, solid defense, and they've had the scouting report. They know what they need to do to try to contain Mitch Randall. They've gotten a lot of yards. Lindquist has been able to run quite a bit. Randall has been on, has hit receivers. But for the most part, I think it's been the running game that Waukee has had the most success, and I think that's probably what they'll continue to try to do. And that's where Southeast needs to have their focus.
We're seeing here, that's Randall on the run, where he took it in from 11 yards out for the touchdown. The halftime score, Dowling over Valley, 14-9 at the half in that ball game. And for Waukee, I think the one thing is they bid on that misdirection play, but you can't let a big play like that throw you off. You got to come back. And then I don't know if they missed the coverage or it just was the speed down the seam there, though, then on that touchdown pass, And then, of course, it doesn't matter. Every kickoff, you got to be ready for something to happen.
Yeah, you have to. Just because you think it's a routine kickoff, they're going to kick it deep. Not a whole lot of time left in the quarter. Surprise element from Southeast Polk paid dividends for them as they were able to score that last touchdown going into the locker room. So, yeah, you have to pay attention all the time on every kickoff.
Well, for these two teams, of course, with the way the format is right now, and Southeast Polk was no better example of that than last year, where they started out the season, I think, lost 3.
I think they were,
and then they got it going and made it to the Dome. But the way with districts now, these first 4 games, I'm not going to say they don't mean anything, but they don't take out your chance to get into the playoffs if you lose your first 4. Now
but it comes into play on seeding.
It does come into play on seeding,
right? But
you still have a second season, as it were. And when you look at it here, where's my Waukee is in District 6 there with Des Moines East, Indianola, Johnson, Mason City, Ottumwa, and Waukee. To be honest, Johnson probably the biggest opponent they'll face there. For Southeast Polk, where are we at here? They're in District 2. Centennial, the big boy that they'll look at there. Roosevelt, they have a good team too. You can't discount them.
Right.
Fort Dodge, Marshalltown in there. So with district play the way it is, but this is where you want to work out these things, and you're playing good competition. It's what kind of I mentioned in that first game. If you lose to Dowling in that first game, that's not so bad because teams have beat them in the regular season and then lost in the playoffs.
Yeah.
What you want to do is build toward the playoffs, is what I'm trying to say, and build toward that district play here. So for Waukee, they need to figure out what they need to do to come back here in this ball game and kind of shut down the momentum.
Well, and the scheduling was not kind to either one of these teams. I mean, this is a tough start for both of them. Southeast Polk had to open up with Valley, Waukee with Dowling, and then meet each other here in the second weekend. So that makes it tough. So one of these teams is going to walk out of here 0-2, granted not in district play, but it may come back into how do you get seeded when it comes to district play. You may have a tougher matchup in that first round than you would have if you would have won this ball game.
And I think they is it Waukee host Prairie? Is it?
Yes.
Cedar Rapids Prairie next week.
Yeah.
And so so it's not going to be easy either. Let's do this. We'll take a little bit of break, catch our breath here, get ready for the second half. We'll take a break here. It's 28-20 Southeast Polk over Waukee at halftime on the Central Iowa Sports Network.
Central Bank is proud to support the unmatched spirit of sportsmanship and hard work exemplified by our local athletes. We're fans of high school sports and the way the big game and hometown team rally a community. Best of luck to all of today's competitors. Play hard, have fun, and make something great happen. Central Bank, member FDIC.
Moms typically get to make a majority of the healthcare decisions for their family. That can be a lot of pressure, but not for me, because I know the choice is ours. For medical tests like MRIs, X-rays, CAT scans, and of course mammograms, ask your doctor to refer you to Iowa Radiology. They work around our hectic schedules. They're the best at what they do, and they're so great with my family. They truly care, and it shows. Visit iowaradiology.com or call to schedule an appointment. Iowa Radiology.
High quality beef doesn't have to come with a high price. Hy-Vee Angus Reserve. It's 100% natural, hand-selected, pure quality beef. The cuts are tender and the price is lean. We choose our beef knowing what will deliver the best flavor and most tenderness. So now, going out for a great steak can be as simple as going out to your grill. Hy-Vee Angus Reserve. Dinner out just became dinner in.
Hi, Ron here, head coach of Westside Auto Pros. When your car's on the injured reserve, you want to get it back in the game as soon as possible. I know that. That's why you need to bring it here to Westside Auto Pros. I have a team of experts that can fix almost every automotive injury. Whether it's a fractured joint, a brake, or if your car just got its bell rung, no problem. We can even do a complete physical on your car to make sure it's game ready for the entire season. So bring your car to Westside Auto Pros and we'll get it back in the starting lineup in no time. Hey, you guys are dogging it back here. Let's move it, move it, move it.
We're here at Waukee High School. It's halftime winding down, 28-20 Southeast Polk over Waukee. Dar Danielson, Laura Leonard, Justin Smith at the controls here tonight, and our CISN.TV crew. Dowling is leading Valley at the half, 14-9. We'll try to get a score in that Ankeny game too for you, our other stream, but might have noticed, added a couple cameras here to our coverage this year, trying to expand things a little bit. And man, we needed some extra cameras to catch all the action to start, Laura.
All the scoring that happened early on, and then seemed like it happened at the beginning and then at the end of the half.
Yeah, there was, 18.8 seconds ago was Waukee scored. That was their last score at the end of the first quarter. Then a minute 17 to go in the second quarter. Southeast Polk scored. They got that onside kick and scored with 24. So, yeah, it was at a big start and then a kind of a semi-slow second quarter.
Right.
Waukee deferred on the toss to start the ball game, so they'll get the opening kickoff here to start the second half. And we'll see what they try to do. They've been pretty balanced so far tonight, offensively, running and passing, haven't they?
Yeah, I think they have, and I think they've got to come out and make a statement here right away with this opening drive. And they've got to establish both the run and the pass. They got to get Randall, I think, a little more involved. He has not run it a ton here tonight, and see if they can break him loose for a few yards. But I think they really need to come out and set the tone here in the third quarter. And they need to score right away, I think.
Yeah, you see them warming up. And then what could come into play is that kind of bobbled snap on the extra point kick there.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of got them offline. Now, they haven't tried to go for two yet intentionally on this, but we'll see down the road what happens if they, did they try that on your first score out, or do you wait? Because the problem is, if you try and you miss it, then you're down.
Yeah, you don't want to get behind.
Then you're always chasing that number. So, but it looked like we said, until that big pass there for the first down when Southeast Polk was at the 10, that Waukee kind of had this in hand. They were maybe going to hold them back there, force a punt, and they possibly would have had time to score again before the end of the half. But then a couple big pass plays, and it all turns around and just built some confidence there for Southeast Polk. And our friend Mr. Yeager, who's doing the Ankeny game, just texted me the score there, 20-0 Ankeny. I'm not sure who they're playing on the schedule, but so they're up. But Ankeny team, I think, kind of surprised people coming out against Centennial and playing strong there.
Right,
but,
yeah.
But they're going to be
one of the Ankeny schools is playing Urbandale, and I don't know if that's Centennial.
That is Centennial.
Okay.
Yeah, you're right on that. They're playing Centennial, because my coworker who's from Urbandale was going to go up and watch that game. He said, I might dial yours up and watch a little bit. So Well, here we go. We're coming on out, getting ready to start the second half here. And Waukee will get the kickoff to start the second half. Waukee in the home purple there. Dark uniform, Southeast Polk in the white. Logan Sunvold will kick it off.
Second half begins. Southeast Polk kicking off. Logan Sunvold, number 26.
Aaron Smith back deep in the middle there.
Number 5, Aaron Smith. Number 31, Xavier Moore.
Xavier Moore and Alex Lindquist also back deep to receive for the Waukee Warriors. On a beautiful night. This one is going to go into the end zone for a touchback.
It goes into the end zone for a touchback.
Our second touchback here of the night. Well, I guess there was that one he kind of muffed, wasn't it?
Right, yeah.
And so Waukee will take it over 1st and 10 at the 20, but the first one on the fly into the end zone. And Mitch Randall will bring them out. Let's see what they do here in this opening series.
1st and 10 Warriors from the Waukee 20-yard line.
And as we get ready to go, fakes it to Lindquist, and Randall right up the middle, breaks it outside, looking for room, cuts it around, and picks up an extra 4 or 5 yards there on his own.
He just stepped out of a tackle and was able to get about 5 or 6 more yards.
And
8-yard gain, second and
Randall
2.
picks up 8 here. Looks, Randall looks, now throws, looking for Sadiot, and he had Whitlatch with him all the way, and a late flag comes in.
Pass was intended for Eddie Seidat.
Are we going to get...
Seidat was calling all the way for a flag there. We'll see if they get Whitlatch for it. I thought it was fairly good coverage. I don't know what he had where his hands were there, but Seidat.
Well, Randall was getting hit as he threw, so it was going to come up a little bit short, the pass was. But it is going to be pass interference.
Pass interference against Southeast Polk.
Waukee had a couple penalties in the first half. Southeast Polk won. A lot of action, but relatively penalty-free. This time Randall takes it himself, bounces out, keeps it alive somehow, and picks up yardage.
On the carry.
He just doesn't go down on the first hit. He just keeps the legs driving, and if you do not wrap him up and pull him down, he's going to break that tackle and get more yardage.
So I think the game plan is to run him a little more here in the second half.
I think it is.
He's run twice already here, and those design runs.
Right, a direct snap to him. Obviously, he's quarterback, but it came right back, and boom, he took off.
Lindquist comes out wide, so nobody in the backfield for Randall. He wings it out there to Odell, and Odell takes it. I think he thought it was coming to Martinez, and Odell gets it up for a first down.
He had to adjust a little bit to see that ball because he wasn't sure if it was coming to him or not, doing a great job of pulling it in. And
Martinez kind of bent it back and down, and then it came to Odell, and he caught it. Randall winged it out there pretty good. So he sends Aaron Smith, Jalen Martinez, and Sam Odell to the right. And then two receivers to the right. Empty backfield again for Randall to Martinez now. And up to the 45, 30. Knocked out of bounds at the 30.
This is the kind of drive that the Warriors were looking for to start this third quarter.
They're spreading everybody out, leaving Randall in the back, thinking, okay, he could run on his own if he has to and scramble. He's a big enough threat. And it's just really spreading out this defense here.
And it gives them multiple receivers and a hard matchup for the Rams.
Sadiot on the slot inside, and it's Lindquist. Now straight one by Randall. He turns the corner. This time not much room as he falls down outside.
Davis Fairchild on the tackle, number 22 for the Rams.
And they're going to mark him right at the line of scrimmage there. So 2nd and 10 at the 29 off the Randall run.
2nd and 10.
And same formation again. They got Lindquist split out wide to the left with Sadiat inside of him, then trips to the right. Randall looks. Now he'll run up the middle. 20, 15, 10, knocked out of bounds. Wampa gets called, I think. I think he went a little high and with the forearm on that.
Yeah, I think they might call a targeting on that. He did hit him, but it was high.
Randall runs down to the 11.
Personal foul, Southeast Polk.
And that'll be half the distance.
And I know Southeast Polk was looking for a hold as the defense was coming in and Randall was able to get out and around. They wanted a hold called back at the line of scrimmage.
1st and 6 at the 6 for Waukee. Handoff to Lindquist, and he's dragged down from behind before he can gain anything. He might have lost a half yard on it.
Tackle made by Tanner Tees, number 12.
And now they bring in the receiver set here.
2nd down, goal to go from the
Zach Gaines coming on late. We'll have Lindquist with him, tight receiver bunch, 3 to the left, 1 wide to the right for Randall. Randall pitches to Lindquist. Lindquist looks like he has some room. Touchdown! Runs it in untouched.
Boy, and great blocking downfield as well, as they just kept pushing those defensive linemen and the linebackers down the field. That gave him room to run.
So
and that's what they needed to do to start 3rd quarter.
They go 80 yards there on the drive. And they're still lining up to go for 1 with Cade Jaden. Snap is good, the kick is up, and the kick is good. And we got another 1-point ball game again, 28-27. Waukee, Southeast Polk. Well, spread it out.
Yeah.
You got a running back and a quarterback all in one there in Randall, and it just really made the defense spread themselves out quite a bit.
Different look that Southeast Polk was not prepared for. They put multiple receivers. They put 3 receivers on one side, 2 on the other, and they let Randall have the backfield to himself.
It's Ankeny over Johnston in the 3rd quarter, 20-7. Looks like Centennial was up on Urbandale, I think 28-7 in that ball game. So, first drive, take it down in minute 40, 80 yards. Southeast Polk scores on the 6-yard run by Lindquist. And Jaden will kick it off. Back to Jay Combs and Isaiah Wagner. Wagner took the opening kickoff all the way, 97 yards. As we're set to go here, back to a 1-point ball game. Jaden kicks it short, taking it to 22, bobbled, and then up to the 30, breaking through there.
Kick is returned by
Mason Rankin.
Mason Rankin, yep.
A little bobble to start with, but then he got a good head of steam going and almost broke it.
Yep, they didn't get the return, but they got good field position though when they on that short kick. But I guess they feel it's worth it instead of giving up the the long one. So we'll see if the Southeast Polk offense stays hot. They scored their last 2 possessions at the end of the second quarter there. And Jackson Daly, the sophomore, 6'2 sophomore, brings him out. There's a man in motion, and there's a little extra motion, I think.
Before the snap.
Not sure who it was, but I think somebody in the backfield moved.
Yep, so you had 2 people in motion. So already Southeast Polk's 3rd penalty here in the 3rd quarter. And that last one was pretty costly too, as it gave them the 1st and goal. I mean, they were down about the 11, but it moved them right in there closer. So it'll be first and 15 now at the 33 for Southeast Polk. Handoff, and looking for room up there is Montgomery. He gets a few of those back. Maybe 3.
Cale Thorson, number 59 on the
Thorson
tackle.
on the tackle for the Warriors.
It's tough when you put yourself behind the chains like that to start your first drive of the 3rd quarter.
Yep, Caleb Paulus, Cale Thorson, Connor Arndt, and Colin Evers have been pretty stout up front on the defensive line there for Waukee. Daly, quick outside and off the hands, the fingertips out there of Wagner. So bring up a 3rd and 12.
I think they sent Spikesma in on a little bit of a blitz and made Daly throw it quicker than he wanted to.
It's a big play here. The start of the 3rd quarter for Southeast Polk.
12 yards to go for the Rams.
It's been a big play offense for the most part in their drives. Daly lobs it out, a little just too deep, just overthrew him, as there was a foot race out there between Aaron Smith and Wagner. And he led him, but just a little too much.
Just a little bit too much, and they thought they'd take a chance, take a shot down the field, and could not connect.
And the one thing you don't want to do is underthrow it and get picked off, but so that'll bring Sunvold out to punt. He's done a pretty decent job back there kicking
He sure
the ball.
has. He's gotten some favorable bounces as well.
And Joe Morrison back deep to receive for Waukee, rather. This is a high one. Morrison calls for the fair catch at the 24. And that'll be where Waukee starts here in their 2nd drive of the 2nd half, as they look to take the lead back here. They start at their own 25. First drive out, they went 80 yards in 1:40 to score with the help of a couple penalties. And Mitch Randall comes out. He's got Aaron Smith and Lindquist with him.
And they go back to that traditional look that they showed in the first half.
Martinez across the formation. Now they look for him cutting it up. They throw it back in, though, to Smith out of the backfield. And he picks up the first down.
Complete to number 5, Aaron Smith for the Warriors.
Martinez was coming flying out of the backfield. They were initially looking for him. He was covered. And then they found Smith as a secondary receiver.
Yeah, checked it down to Aaron Smith, and they get the first down.
Result of the play is a Waukee first down.
Picked up 13 yards. 1st and 10 at the 38. Now the single back there. A low snap. Oh, and he goes down to a knee. Mitch Randall to pick it up. You do that in high school and it's down. There's no chance to get back up.
The snap, but his knee was on the field.
So
that's an automatic end of play.
There's a loss there.
Loss of 6, 2nd and 16 for the Warriors.
With the low snap. Brings up a 2nd and 16 at the 32. Randall gives it to Lindquist. Lindquist cuts up the right side, is hit hard over there.
Alex Lindquist,
Coming in is Carter Olson, the linebacker.
Tackled by Carter Olson.
He's made some big plays for them tonight. Picked up 2. Third and 14.
Warriors from Milwaukee, 34.
The 34, their own 34. And they're pointing Southeast Polk. Looks like a lineman flinched over there for Waukee.
Penalty before the snap.
And they did catch it, and I think it's going to move them back another 5. So
Legal procedure to Waukee.
3rd and 19 makes it a little bit tougher for Waukee to try to pick up this first down. That's a chunk of real estate.
They had a rhythm going, then that bad snap kind of threw them out of their rhythm a little bit. And then they get the jump here.
Sometimes all it takes is just one play to either get you into the right frame of mind or get you out of the right frame of mind.
So the first penalty here, the second half for Waukee. Randall rolling, looking under pressure, and he's going to just throw it away. And he's hit hard after he throws it away by Olson. And he went down hard, and Olson says, hey, I hit him as he released it. And there's no flag or anything, so it'll be 4th down.
Boy, very close, and it could have been a play if they would have flagged it. That could have turned the tide as well for Waukee, because that would have given them the first down.
Automatic first down, yeah. So bring Colin Evers in to punt.
Drops back into punt formation for the Warriors.
Jet Jorgensen back deep along with Wampa. There's a good name for a punt returner, Jet. And this one is boomed high. Wampa calls for the fair catch and makes it at the 39. And now a little extra activity, and everybody's pointing and stuff. And getting a little edgy out there, Laura. This tight game, isn't it?
A little feisty out there. I not. It's a big game.
Yeah. And the way it is now, one play, big play either way.
Yeah.
Could be the difference here. We're a 1-point edge where that missed extra point. So Waukee will come out. And Jackson Daly, the sophomore, will bring him out. Trips to the right. Hands it off to the running back, and he's looking for room and nowhere to go in there.
Xavier Wampa, number 5.
Is Wampa. That guy does it all. Defensively, offensively, kickoff return. That time he stopped at the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 at the 39. Wampa in there in the backfield with Daly. Slot to each side and a wide receiver. Fakes it to, no, gives it to Wampa. That time he cuts up the seam. Cuts it back outside, now back in. And a big play there. A lot of action in the backfield. Kind of fooled me a little bit. He ended up giving it to Wampa.
Yeah, I thought he was going to pull it out, but he left it with Wampa, and he was able to pick his way through the first wave of defense and get out and run a little bit.
So 29-yard pickup there for Southeast Polk. We send Wielden and Johnson to the left. And hand off to, no, keeps it and was looking, coming across the middle, Wielden. He faked the handoff to Montgomery.
Well, threw it behind Wielden, but I think somebody had a little bit of his jersey as they were pulling him back, so I think that threw the pass off a little bit, and that's what caused it to go behind Wielden.
Looks like they're trying to work a little more misdirection back there to kind of slow down that Waukee line.
Yeah, they're coming after him.
2nd and 10 for the Rams.
2nd and 10 at the 42. This time they'll send 3 receivers to the right. Montgomery back in the backfield again with Daly. He'll take, no, stopped up and caught off the ricochet. Wielden.
That pass He is deflected and caught.
That's the second time tonight that a pass has been deflected of Daly's. This one goes right to one of his teammates, not the intended receiver,
Nope.
but
a good result. They get 9 yards out of the deal.
Yeah, which gives them
Third
an
and
opportunity to pick up this first down.
Third and 1 here for Southeast Polk. They're hanging on to a 1-point lead, trying to build on that.
Third down. 1 yard to go for the Rams from Milwaukee, 33.
Got Wampa in the backfield with him now. They send man in motion into the middle and off. Wampa is stoned in the middle, still trying to go and fall ahead, and a great job defensively there as they did not let him up.
No, he lost a couple of yards on that.
Cole Spikesma, the linebacker, in there. And now it's 4th and 3. What do you do here? A little long for a field goal.
Looks like they're going to stay on the field and go for it. We haven't called Spikesman's name a whole lot here tonight, but last week 7 tackles in that game against Dowling Catholic.
4th and 3.
Big play right here.
They're kind of in the pistol, the back behind Daly. Daly fakes the handoff, rolls out, throws it, has a man out there in the flat for the first down.
They have just done a good job of moving that pocket for Daly.
Fred Johnson on the catch, yep.
And Johnson just goes out and runs a little out route, and Daly able to get it to him right where nobody else could get after it.
And they've been running the ball a little more, and that time that play action helped them too. They've been running the ball a little more, and that sets up that. You have to kind of respect that fake handoff a little bit.
Well, in that situation, 4th and 2.5, 4th and 3, you're thinking run maybe.
Right up the middle. Daly sends Wampa to his right side here. 1st and 10 at the 26. Daly drops, throws back over the top left side, got a man 10. 5 and pulled down is Wampa out of the backfield.
Kind of a little bit of a wheel route out of they fake to him, and he just sneaks out the other side and goes down the sidelines and almost able to take it to the house.
One thing I'm impressed with Daly is his footwork. He drops back, he sets, and then he looks and throws it even under pressure there. He's making some good plays.
And the touch, again, I know I've talked about that all night, but the touch is
First
amazing.
and goal to go at the 5 for Southeast Polk. Throws it to the side over the head of the receiver there, Johnson.
Out of bounds in the end zone.
Yeah, a little too high.
Almost there. Try one of those back shoulder. I don't know if they do much of that, but that was a good.
Yeah.
The defender was playing him back a little bit, but.
I almost feel like if he would have gone into that corner of the end zone, turned and sat down and wait for it,
and go.
I think he could have thrown a bullet to him and he would have been able to catch it.
2nd and goal.
2nd and goal.
Milwaukee 5-yard line.
Montgomery back in the backfield now with Daly. Hand off to Montgomery, looking left side, cuts it up, and he's going to fall short. Down to the 2. Picks up 3. He'll bring up a 3rd and 2.
Well, and if you're the Rams, I think you're thinking 2 downs to get the 2 yards.
If you kick a field goal, it only gives you a 4-point lead, but Southeast Polk, big play here. 3rd and 2 at the 2.
3rd down. Goal to go from the 2-yard line.
Daly brings him out. Goes under center this time. And there's a flag down, and I think a bad snap.
Is it illegal formation?
Something. Yeah, that or somebody jumped. Yeah, I think somebody jumped early. We were talking about this the other day with these shotgun quarterbacks. A lot of times you don't see him come up under center. That time he did. I think you should on the 4th and short or 3rd and short sometimes.
Yeah.
If you know. Iowa State, they don't do that very much. They never bring their quarterback under center.
I know. When it's 3rd and short, I agree. When you have a big body like that, 6'3", that quarterback, put him up under center and let him try to push the pile.
So now 3rd and 7 after the penalty of 5 yards. Hands off, up the middle, plowing ahead, touchdown, Montgomery.
Wow, he was not going to be denied. He got hit several times.
And he just kept bowling.
Yeah, yards after contact, all 7 of them for the touchdown.
2:43 to play in the 3rd, and it's a Southeast Polk touchdown from 7 yards out by Montgomery.
Logan Sunvold in to attempt the extra point.
This is big again because it makes it an 8-point lead. Sunvold, snap is good, kick is good, and it's 34-27, or 35-27. Southeast Polk. Let's take a break. We'll come back with the kickoff after this on CISN.TV.
Fourth quarter score, Valley 22, Dowling 14.
Moms typically get to make a majority of the healthcare decisions for their family. That can be a lot of pressure, but not for me, because I know the choice is ours. For medical tests like MRIs, X-rays, CAT scans, and of course mammograms, ask your doctor to refer you to Iowa Radiology. They work around our hectic schedules, they're the best at what they do, and they're so great with my family. They truly care, and it shows. Visit iowaradiology.com or call to schedule an appointment. Iowa Radiology.
We might not always know what the day will bring, but some things are certain. The sun will rise and your lights will go on. That's because at MidAmerican Energy, we're obsessively, relentlessly committed to providing you energy when and where you need it, to connecting with you and keeping our communities safe and strong. Because
Here's the Southeast Polk kickoff into the end zone for a touchback. Waukee will take over, 1st and 10 at the 20. Or I think that's the best offensive drive we've seen out of Southeast Polk. Balanced and everything, 69 yards or 61 yards for the touchdown.
And it ate up a lot of clock as well.
They drove it down, and they have a 8-point lead here as the scoreboard goes out. Oh, there it's back.
1st and 10 for the Warriors from the Waukee 20-yard line.
1st and 10 from the 20 for Waukee. Mitch Randall sends a slot across the formation. Fakes to Lindquist, keeps it himself up the middle. Still moving, slips a tackle, sidestep another one. All the way up to the 40-yard line to pick up, well, look, mark him at the 39, to pick up of 19 by Randall.
They go back to Randall. It's a straight run out of the backfield, and he sidesteps several defenders.
That time they
gain.
had Lindquist in there, the fake first. They've been going a little bit with him out of the empty. Now they go with trips to the right. Lindquist back there with Randall, and he hands it off to Lindquist. Lindquist tries to wind his way up, but he's met and hammered down there. Justin Brindley, the linebacker, one of them in on the tackle for no gain.
Tackle made by Ethan Butcher, number 92.
Also,
no gain, 2nd and 10.
Said number 92 was in on that, who is Ethan Butcher. 2nd and 10 here, under 2 minutes to play, 3rd quarter. Randall surveying, tosses it out, looking for Odell, picked off at the 35, 50, 45, 40. Picked off by Jalen Aguina.
Jalen Aguiniga.
Well, he waited for his underthrown, and he was able to just wait on it, step in front of the receiver, and pick it off, and a nice return.
Let's see, got it at the 35, took it back to the 40, is 15, that's 25-yard return, right? 15 and 35 is 50, yeah.
Yes.
I was not very good at math, but
that's why you should watch football, because it'll help your math skills.
It does. Yeah, I got to think of adding, and then, yeah. So here comes Daly back out, hands it off up the middle to Montgomery.
Davion Montgomery, number 2 on the carry for the Rams. Hunter Arndt,
So,
95 on the tackle.
second interception of Randall here.
Well, he was under pressure,
Yeah.
and he just underthrew it.
Yeah, he had, was that Odell he had out there? Yeah, and you're right. He just underthrew it, and Gina just stepped right underneath that. 2nd and 8 for Southeast Polk. Coming up on a minute to play in the third quarter. It's been an eventful third quarter. It's been an eventful game. Fake to Montgomery, now throws it out. Oh, and off the ricochet again. Did he get it? He did.
I think he did. What a play.
Whoa. And that is Wielden. That's the second one they've gotten off the ricochet, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Or was that Waukee that caught the other one?
No, it was on a tipped pass.
Yep.
Was it Wielden both times? I can't remember.
It might have been. There's been too much happening in this game
know.
already. We've had like 2 games already pushed into one here. And we're just winding down the third quarter with, 62 points scored. Daly, 1st and 10 at the 22, drops back. The lefty slings it inside, cutting up to the 10-yard line is Jay Combs.
Daly's pass complete to Jay Combs.
So he's starting to hit every receiver out there now.
And they had to wait a little bit for that to develop.
Yeah.
And he kept backpedaling and finally able to dump it over the top of the defense to set up that screen, I guess, a little bubble screen.
Yeah, a little kind of bubble in the middle
Yeah.
there. Brings up a 1st and 10 at the 11, and that might be the final play here of the third quarter. I believe it will be. Well, hang on. Who knows what's going to happen in the fourth? All these quarters have been exciting so far. We'll be back with the final quarter. Southeast Polk driving and leading here on the Central Iowa Sports Network.
Direct your attention to the video board with tonight's Smile Cam, sponsored by Waukee Dental. Waukee Dental, located in
Central Bank is proud to support the unmatched spirit of sportsmanship and hard work exemplified by our local athletes. We're fans of high school sports and the way the big game and hometown team rally a community. Best of luck to all of today's competitors. Play hard, have fun, and make something great happen.
Why do I look for the seal? It's about trust. Whether I'm buying a car, hiring a contractor, finding a tax preparer, or an honest mechanic, the Better Business Bureau's seal means this business meets high standards. When I see the seal, I know I'll get what I pay for. No more taking chances and no more worries. And I feel good about supporting local businesses. My life is so much easier knowing I can always trust BBB accredited businesses. It pays to look for the seal. See for yourself at bbb.org/Iowa.
Every month or so, there's another story in the media about when and how often we need to get our mammograms. Kind of confusing. When this happens, I like to consult with experts. So I called Iowa Radiology. They recommend women get an annual mammogram starting at age 40. They know that it's the best way to detect cancers early and save lives. And that's good enough for me. Visit iowaradiology.com or call to schedule your mammogram. Iowa Radiology, our focus is your good health.
Wampa in the backfield with Jackson Daly. Drops back, throws the outside for Johnson, and almost picked off out there by Aaron Smith.
Well, that time they did try that fade and just overthrew him, but boy, Aaron Smith had a nice bead on that, couldn't pull it in.
You got to try to kind of run that straight to that back pylon, but credit Aaron Smith. he's playing that pretty well there and trying to keep the receiver off the line a bit. It's a big third down here
3rd and 8
for
the
Southeast
Lions
Polk.
from the
3rd and 8.
9.
They send Combs, Whelan, and Johnson to the right side, and Waukee wants the timeout, I think.
Timeout.
Yep. They saw the formation. They come out. They want to take a timeout. We'll take a break. We'll come back right after this on CISN.TV.
Hi, Ron here, head coach of Westside Auto Pros. When your car's on the injured reserve, you want to get it back in the game as soon as possible. I know that. That's why you need to bring it here to Westside Auto Pros. I have a team of experts that can fix almost every automotive injury, whether it's a fractured joint.
Every month or so, there's another story in the media about when and how often we need to get our mammograms. Kind of confusing. When this happens, I like to consult with experts. So I called Iowa Radiology. They recommend women get an annual mammogram starting at age 40. They know that it's the best way to detect cancers early and save lives. And that's good enough for me. Visit iowaradiology.com or call to schedule your mammogram. Iowa Radiology, our focus is your good health.
We're here at Waukee. Big third down play for Southeast Polk and also for the Waukee defense. 3rd and 8 at the 9 here. Waukee trailing by 8. And Laura, they came out 3 wides and Waukee called a timeout. What are you looking for here?
Well, I don't know if Southeast Polk is going to spread the field again and try to do the same thing. They can still get the first down before they get the touchdown, but I think you go for the touchdown here. And they do have 3 receivers out to the right.
Wampa in the backfield with Daly. Daly rolls to his right, throws the lefty. Yeah, oh, he just about snuck that in there to Fred Johnson. That was a nice throw, but a good defense out there too.
Again, they move the pocket and
Aaron Smith defending.
Yeah, both Smith and Johnson just kind of missed that ball.
So they'll bring Sunvold out. He's 2 of 2 field goals.
Sunvold, number 26.
Perfect on the extra points tonight.
The apparent field goal.
5 of them. Set it up at the 11, so a 21-yarder is good.
And the kick is good. That'll make the score Southeast Polk 38, Waukee 27.
38-27.
Well, the Warriors have some work to do now. They're going to have to be very efficient on offense, move it down the field quickly.
Gives them a little more breathing room for Southeast Polk.
Yeah. I mean, they're up. It's going to take 2 scores.
2 scores, yep. It's still a lot of time left, but the 2 turnovers have kind of been big for Waukee. The 1 interception return for a touchdown. The first, that was the second score by Southeast Polk, and then that last interception, and they converted that to a touchdown too, eventually. So, did you say Waukee's got to go to work?
And they're an offense that can score quickly.
Aaron Smith will be back deep to receive again. Xavier Moore and Alex Lindquist. 3 deep backs. That's Smith in the middle. And Sunvold, he's going to have to ice his leg at the end of this. So is Cade Jaden, for that matter, with all the kickoffs and extra points and such. Here's this little short kick. Taken, bobbled at the 12, looking for room. Smith trying to cut it outside. Now cuts back inside, and they do a good job of finally bottling him up. So they made a little bit out of nothing, and they'll start out at the 22. 1st and 10, or 23, I guess.
Well, when the third quarter started, when they came out of the locker room and Waukee got the ball to start that quarter, we saw a little bit different look from them. We saw them spread the offense. We saw 3 receivers to one side, 2 to the other. Randall was alone in the backfield. So we'll see what they do here.
And Randall's been running it a little more. So they got Smith back there with Randall now, 2 backs with him, along with Lindquist. And he's going to fake it to Lindquist, keep it himself. Finds the seam, tries to turn the corner, and runs out of bounds about the 40-yard line.
And that's what they can do. They can pick up chunks of yardage like that in a hurry with Randall in the backfield.
Mark it at the 38. 1st and 10. And that's a pickup of 15 by Randall.
Result of the play is a Waukee first down.
Same formation. They look to the sideline. Crosses his arm to see what play they want to get out of that. And there's a pitch to Lindquist. Whoa! Linebacker was coming in on that. Brindley. He could have easily pecked that off and gone the other way.
Yeah, that was very close. He got in there in a hurry. He was there almost as quick as the ball got to him.
Lose 3 on it. 2nd and 13 at the 35. For Waukee, they're trailing here with 11 minutes to play, trailing by 11 points. Randall rolling under pressure now, throws it off the back foot, and it's Martinez, couldn't hang on to it.
Could not hang on to it, and what a hit from Carter Knight. Martinez was able to get open. Randall able to bite enough time to make that throw, but Carter could not hang on as he took a hit.
So a big 3rd down here for Waukee. I think they need some kind of points out of this drive just to kind of stay close here. Down line, Randall hands it back to Lindquist. Looked like a busted play at first, but Lindquist comes out of there. He picks up yardage, but not the first down.
It was that misdirection play that we saw in the first half where they move the line and everybody comes towards the right sideline, and then they hand off to Lindquist and he goes the other way.
So big play here, 4th and 5 at the 44. Looks like they're going to go for it with 10:42 to play. Randall fakes, jump pass, and it's knocked away. It'll go over on downs to Southeast Polk.
Looked like they're trying to get the tight end over the middle with that little jump pass, but the defense got up, elevated, got the hands up, and knocked it down.
Looked like they had Dominic Caggiano in there, 6'4", and plays tight end, but he plays a little defense too, and he got a hand on it, his size, and knocked it down. So turnover on downs here to Southeast Polk. So, well, the pressure now really switches to this Waukee defense.
Yeah, they need to make a stop. They need to go 3 and out here, and Southeast Polk just wants to take their time.
And they haven't forced a turnover tonight, have they? I don't think.
I don't think so.
2 interceptions for Waukee, and Daly, quick pass out to the right. Out to Wagner.
Pass is incomplete, intended for Isaiah Wagner.
Oh, it was incomplete. Okay. I thought he came out.
I thought he did too.
But apparently not, so 2nd and 10. Waukee likes that. It
stops the
loses
clock.
It down, stops the clock, yeah. Jackson Daly, the sophomore quarterback, hands it off to Montgomery, and there's a flag down in the backfield. There was a hold there, or
usually that's what that flag is for. Is that a holding?
Yeah, he's moving it up toward the line a little bit, but either way, he's talking to Waukee, so it's going to come back 10, I believe. See what the call is. Yep, holding.
Holding, Southeast Polk.
Well, that's a big play for Waukee. That brings 2nd and 20 here for Southeast Polk.
20 for the Rams from the Southeast Polk 46.
Wampa in the backfield with Daly now. Sends 2 receivers to each side. Gives it to Wampa. Wampa slips as he got the ball, and he's going to lose a couple yards. He couldn't even get his feet going there. And this drive has just not been the best for Southeast
Now going the
Polk.
wrong direction.
Yeah. Lose 2 there. 3rd and 22 at the 44-yard line. The only good thing about that for Southeast Polk is they keep the clock running, but they're going backwards.
3rd down, 22 yards to go for the Rams.
Waukee don't want to give up anything deep. Give up that first down. Handoff inside and stuffed again. A loss of yardage. Wampa had nowhere to go, and Cale Thorson in there, the big defensive tackle, the 214-pound senior, read that immediately. And 4th and 24 at the 42. They started 1st and 10 at the 44 of Waukee, and now they're back at their own 42.
Joe Morrison, deep to receive.
You wonder if Waukee might come after this.
Yep, Morrison back deep. They bring the pressure, and he just gets it away. Morrison calls for the fair catch and will take it at the 24. A good call there, Laura. They did come after it, but just couldn't quite get there. Aaron Smith. But relatively good field position here for Waukee with 8:58 to play. They take over at their 24. And
1st and 10 Warriors from the Waukee 24.
they got enough time to try to get a drive. You'd think they'd like to try a big strike here, maybe, to get a quick score. Like Waukee or Valley Dowling game out 29-22 in the 4th quarter, and there's stacks them up at the 25 on the keeper by Randall.
Dominic Caggiano on the tackle.
Caggiano on the tackle. Fort Dodge lead games 35-7. Dodgers off to a good start this season.
I hear they're pretty strong this year.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, we might have them here later in the season. Looking back, Randall wings it out to the left. Oh, nice job to elude the tackle there and get the first down. Odell.
Number 16.
Great move by Odell.
The senior making a big move. Stops the clock, gets him the first down.
On the tackle. Result of the play is a Waukee first down.
And
trying to hurry things up.
They send that slot in motion a little bit. Hand off. And up ahead is Lindquist.
We'll try to send
I
that.
think they need to pick up the pace just a little bit. I mean, you got 8 minutes, but.
Right. They're going to pick and choose, I think.
Yeah.
Eventually, they're going to take their shots.
They have all their timeouts left. They slipped Sadat over to the right side. Send him down the seam, and Randall will keep it himself. He turns, slips the tackle, and gets just short of the first down by about 2 yards.
Tackle by Justin Brindley, number 32.
Bring up 3rd and 2 at the 42 for Waukee.
Yeah, if you don't pick up the pace here, you're going to have to give it back to Southeast Polk. If they can sustain any kind of a drive, you're going to be able to run that clock out. So you're going to have to take your shots here pretty soon.
Martinez goes in motion, then gets the pass as he comes across and goes out in the flat, catches the ball, and inside to Southeast Polk territory, down to the 47 on the pass from Randall. With 7 minutes to play, the clock stops on the first down, but they'll wind it here as soon as they get it ready for play. Lindquist in the backfield with Randall. Hands off to Lindquist. He bumps into his own lineman, but keeps stumbling ahead and gets a good pickup there, about 5 yards.
Lindquist on the carry. Tanner Tees, number 12, made the stop.
I'm waiting for one of those play action passes
Yeah.
here. You know, they've been kind of setting it up, seems like.
Little post route,
Yeah.
something like that.
2nd and 5. They pitch it to Lindquist this time. He cuts it up and slides ahead just short of the first down.
Another 3rd and short situation for Waukee. And the clock continues to run.
3rd and 2 at the 39.
3rd and about 2.
Bring Zach Gaines to this side. Odell and Sadiat to the left side over there with Martinez. Randall fakes the handoff. Looks down the middle. Sadiat not there. Now he'll roll it out. Cuts it up. Gets the first down.
It's that little sidestep around the defender, is able to pick up the first down.
He wanted Sadiat badly down that left side in the seam, but it was just not there. And he kept it. Got the first down. Stops the clock. 1st and 10 at the 36. They'll rewind it now with the ball set.
They had to wait for receivers to come back from running their route before they could get set.
Rolling right, looking, throws it. Nice catch by Sadiat. Went up and got that ball. Sadiat with the big play.
Boy, he just went up above everybody, grabbed it with the hands. That's a huge reception.
Our cameraman's getting harassed by bugs out there. Randall fakes to Lindquist, rolling, looking, throws. Just did he get it? He pulled it off the turf. Wow.
Yeah, I think he picked that up off the shoestrings.
Sadiat.
Tackle by Xavier Waukee.
Eddie Sadiat Jr. is coming up big on this drive. We're coming up on 5 minutes. Waukee badly needs to score here. 2nd and 2 at the 14. Lobs it up. Can he get a foot down? No. Incomplete, out of bounds on the far side. Odell went up for it.
Defending on the play was Peter Folk.
Folk defending.
Great effort over there in the corner, though, as Odell goes up for it. And I think he hauled it in, lost control of it as he hit the ground, but I don't think he got a foot in.
And it doesn't hurt him, too, because it stops that clock with 3rd and 2. Here's Randall. He fakes it, takes it himself, looking for running room, tries to cut it outside and gets down to the first down. For a minute there, it looked like he might cut it up the middle and have us line to the end zone, but defenders closed on him. Still 1st and goal at the 8.
First and goal to go from the Southeast Polk 8.
Well, they took it over with 8:58 to go. It's down to 4:40 here and rolling. 1st and goal, though, for Waukee. They need 2 scores. And a high snap, but Randall handles it. Looking as receivers crossing, now comes back the other way. Now under pressure, and he's ripped down. Justin Brindley, the linebacker, stayed with him and got the sack.
Credit that defense for the Rams. They just stayed with the receivers, and the front line of Waukee could not hold out.
And they had everybody going every which way in the receiver pattern out there, but they were able to pull Randall down. 2nd and 17. 2nd goal at the 17 for Waukee. Now starting to get into a time crunch too here. Rolling, looking for Martinez. Catches it, but he's going to be short of the goal line at the 2.
And that just continues to take more time off the clock.
They're going to come up quickly here. Get set. Now he'll come under center, Randall. He'll try to sneak it. He goes in there. There's no movement at all.
Might have lost a yard.
Yeah.
Quarterback sneak.
And now, I don't think they want to take a timeout here. They want to save him because they still got to get another score, but clock rolling. 4th and goal. This could be the ball game right here from the 2-yard line. And now they're going to call a timeout.
Good timeout. I think the most important play of the ball game. You want to make sure everybody's on the same page.
And you may even think about kicking the field goal here. I don't know. On 4th down, because you got to have.
You have to have the two
scores anyway. and you're going to have a touchdown on the 2-point conversion the way it is. So you could think about maybe booting the field goal here and then trying to, you got your you got 2 timeouts left. You've seen one successful onside kick by Southeast Polk. That wasn't a surprise situation.
Right.
Here it wouldn't be, so a lot of things going into
Well, you score the touchdown here, you have to go for the 2.
Yeah.
To give yourself a chance. So are they talking about maybe going for that field goal?
Let's see.
I have not seen a kicker.
Now Randall's coming back out, so they're going to go for the whole ball of wax here. Big play. 4th and 2 with 3:02 to play. Randall. Lindquist with him in the backfield. Randall looks, throws. He caught it!
What a
caught it, Odell! Makes an amazing catch.
What a catch.
Off the rebound.
Defender went up with him. And he might have had his hands on it as well.
Yeah, I think it came off him as they went down, and Odell stuck with it. We have the play? Nope. So 2-yard pass to Odell.
Now they're going for 2.
Yep, they have to go for 2 here. Randall. Nope.
Going to call timeout. Got it at the last minute.
Waukee.
Well, let's take a break ourselves. We'll do that, and we'll come right back after this on CISN.TV.
Why do I look for the seal? It's about trust. Whether I'm buying a car, hiring a contractor, finding a tax preparer, or an honest mechanic, the Better Business Bureau's seal means this business meets high standards. When I see the seal, I know I'll get what I pay for. No more taking chances and no more worries. And I feel good about supporting local businesses. My life is so much easier knowing I can always trust BBB accredited businesses. It pays to look for the seal. See for yourself at bbb.org/Iowa.
Moms typically get to make a majority of the healthcare decisions for their family. That can be a lot of pressure, but not for me, because I know the choice is ours. For medical tests like MRIs, X-rays, CAT scans, and of course mammograms, ask your doctor to refer you to Iowa Radiology. They work around our hectic schedules, they're the best at what they do, and they're so great with my family. They truly care, and it shows. Visit IowaRadiology.com.
Here's the 2-point conversion attempt by Waukee. Randall. Dropping, looking, throws, caught! It's good! 2-point conversion is good! Odell again. Who else do you go to but your senior?
Your sure-handed receiver. And Odell caught it, but was outside of the end zone at about the 1-yard line, the half-yard line, but then he made the effort to dive back across the goal line to get the 2-point conversion.
Wow.
Now you have to expect an onside kick.
I expected the first game this year, an easy one out, Laura.
This has
Holy
been
cow,
exciting.
it's fun, isn't it? Shoot.
Well, we knew right away when we had back-to-back kickoff returns.
Yeah, kickoff returns. It was not going to be a simple slugfest game here.
So Southeast Polk's going to have the hands team out. Everybody up front. Only one deep man. Let's see how Waukee plays this. Remember a game last year we did here, and they were able to recover. Was that against Valley, maybe?
It might have been, yeah.
They were able to recover the onside kick.
Because I think that was one where they opened up with Valley, maybe, or, yeah. Well, it'll be Kate Jaden kicking it here. Now, if they'd have didn't have to burn those 2 timeouts, then you might kick it deep and you got a chance with 3 minutes, to stop them. But here your options are a little bit less. Oh, he's sidewinder caught. there by Heath Wilden.
Wilden just got it in his hands and laid down, covered it up.
And that took a second off the clock. So
now with the 1 timeout left, if Southeast Polk picks up 1 first down,
yeah, that's
probably
pretty
could
well
run out the
could
clock.
Do it. I think if I were them, you just give it to your back and pound it in there, because even if you don't pick up a first down, you punt it away. Because
it'll be interesting to see where Waukee does call this timeout. If it
Jaden's kicked a 27-yard field goal, his only field goal so far in this season. Jackson Daly in there hands it off to Montgomery. Montgomery, did they get him out of bounds? They did. Well, that's a big play, even though he picked up about 8 yards.
It looked like he was trying to get down on the ground before they knocked him out of bounds, but the official right on it.
Well, he picked up, we're going to say 6, so 2nd and 4, but a big tackle out of bounds, as that only took about 5 seconds. Second and 4 for Southeast Polk. The big factor of the time clock right now. They hand it off again. Montgomery, did he get the first down? He's going to be short.
Boy, and Waukee in there trying to rip the ball out of his hands. He did a nice job of covering it up, but you're right, just a half yard short.
Well, this is
at the bottom of that pile, number 59.
3rd and 1 at the 48. Clock rolling.
And this is where you talked about, even though you're a shotgun quarterback, at 6'3", why not put him up under center and just push the pile to get that first down?
But she did come up under center once there. We'll see, though. Although you snap it back to him, you use a little more time. We'll see what happens. You get a first down here, it's probably over. We'll see. Daly. He's waiting till the clock runs all the way down here before they snap it. Hand off Montgomery. They stopped him. They stopped him. No gain.
Is Waukee going to call their timeout here?
No, I think they might wait. No, they are. Okay.
Spikesma the tackle, number 41.
Spikesma with the big tackle.
Here, I think Southeast Polk, you got to kick it, don't you? I mean, because if you get stopped again, then you only got to gain, certainly in the minute 53, they can go far enough to get a field goal. You got to keep them deep, I would think. Of course, that's why I'm up here with a headset on and not on the sideline with a headset.
Yeah, see, this is a tough decision for the head coach, because do you try to get that half yard? Otherwise, you give them a very short field to try to go and score and win it outright. If you kick it, you make them have to drive the length of the field to at least get in field goal position.
Yeah.
With no timeouts.
And you got to worry about the block, too, but they've shown pretty good, protection of the punter. Sunvolt tonight, and he's really been punting it pretty well too.
And we have seen Southeast Polk with the element of surprise. Do you fake a punt here?
I don't think you want to give them to in this position. I think you want to try to make them go as far as they can to win it. So they're coming out. They're going to go. They're going to come out and go for it. Daly under center. He sneaks it. He's going to be close.
It's
going to be very close.
It's going to depend on the spot.
Yep.
Looks like the far sideline judge has him.
A little farther, but this guy's coming in and put his foot here on our side, so we'll see. Holy moly.
We're going to get the measurement here.
Waukee's saying no. I don't think he got it because they got to get to the yard marker, don't they? The line? Well, maybe not. It is going to be within inches here.
Officials timeout for a measurement.
Man,
granted we're at a different angle. It sure looked like the far linesman had it.
Yeah.
And
this
side.
guy marked it here, so it's all.
It is going to be very close.
And It's not there. They're going to be short by 3 inches, looks like. 1st and 10, Waukee at the 45 with 1:49 to play. Field goal ties it. Touchdown wins it. What a series there. 3 times with 1 yard.
Yeah.
And they came up about 3 inches short. Southeast Polk did. So defensively, Southeast Polk, nothing behind you here.
But you have to contain as well Randall in the backfield.
Yep. Randall rolls out, throws out, and out of bounds on the far side with the catch is Hayden Huntley.
Pushed out of bounds by Davis Fairchild. 4-yard gain, 2nd and 6.
4-yard gain, 2nd and 6 at the 49. Their own 49. Randall rolls right, has Huntley out there again, has Martinez, hits Martinez at the 40, and there's a flag down. They'll be holding, looks like maybe.
But there is a penalty on the play.
Yep, they're going to bring that back.
Trying to protect the quarterback as they roll this side. This last time, they rolled the opposite way. Did have a receiver open downfield, but just the holding negates that big play.
And that would have set them up nicely up at the 40 with a 1st down. They only need probably, they're 15 yards or so maybe. Well, maybe a little more than that. I'm not quite sure what his range is. He's hit a 27-yarder, but 2nd and 16 at the 39. Rolling out, Randall looks downfield to Martinez. And looked like Huntley was on him a little bit there, but
looked like there was some contact there, and is that Odell coming up limping a little bit? Martinez
coming up limping, yeah. He was the intended receiver. And he's got a twisted something there, but he's going to stay in.
Trying to shake it off.
3rd and 16. Randall rolls, pressure, throws back. They got a man over there for the screen. Cuts through, 1st down. Lindquist. Or Sadot, excuse me, back the other way. So a little turnabout fair play. Well, Southeast Polk kind of ran that same kind of play, Laura, down there.
Little misdirection, nice jump pass by Randall over the top of the defenders coming in and closing in on him.
So they still need to get probably 20 yards or so here to be in field goal range. 1st and 10 at the 44. Randall handoff up the middle. And clock is running.
And I don't.
No timeouts.
Yeah,
that's going to burn a lot of the clock. They better get up there quickly. I don't think they thought they were going to fool them on the draw, but thrown out there and then out of bounds is Huntley. Hayden Huntley, the sophomore, getting a lot of playing time here.
4 yards to go for the Warriors.
So 3rd and 4. The big number of those, 38.4 seconds. And no timeouts left.
Don't you think they have to get it inside the 20 for field goal range?
Probably. And Randall slips down. It'll be 4th down. Clock is rolling. They can't clock it now either because it's 4th down. They got to get up and run a play.
They got to get the 1st down. They're running out of time.
20 seconds. Randall rolling, pressure, throws it out. Odell catches it, 1st down. That'll stop the clock with 9.8.
They're going to have to spike it here.
Yeah, we're going to have to clock the ball here.
He needs to get up under center, too. to spike that.
Officials timeout for an injury on the field.
Well, they got the old injury on the field. Waukee player down. That's Odell who made the catch.
Sam Odell, the injured player, number 16.
Now in high school, there's no penalty for that. I think in the pros, don't they have it'd be like a 10-second runoff, or they'd have to charge you with a timeout. If you don't have a timeout,
right,
the game would be over, I
yes,
think.
yeah.
But here, I'm not saying he's faking or anything, but it's an injury late like that. So 9.8 seconds to go from.
Well, he
the
does
32. That would be snap it back 7. 30. That'd be a 49-yard field goal. So that'd be.
You might have to try. I mean, I think you have time to run a little out route and get out of bounds, and then set him up for the field goal attempt. You at least have to get the attempt.
Yep. If you go, you could try going deep, but then you can't be tackled in bounds. That's the one thing. Odell limping off. Of course, the Southeast Polk fans don't like that because they think he's doing it to stop the clock.
First and 10 Waukee.
But they're going to roll it as soon as he gets off the field.
Up under center, though. That's going to.
Now they're going to clock it.
Wow, they're
Bring
trying
on
to
the field goal unit.
Okay.
Hang on, everybody.
So where is it? At the 32. Going to be a 49-yarder.
Well, it's 39 to 49-yarder. Cade Jaden will try the 49-yarder. 7.3 seconds to go. Southeast Polk calls the timeout.
Southeast Polk.
Is there anything we haven't seen here tonight?
Seen it all.
Seen it all in one game so far. Saw a lot of it in the first half. Back-to-back kickoff returns to open the game. Southeast Polk took it, 97, then Waukee followed up a 96-yarder. And then it was just a scoring flurry. It ended up 21 or 28-20 at the half. Southeast Polk up. The big key here was the bad snap on the one Waukee score there. They tried to get a pass off but didn't. They made that up with a 2-point conversion, but now it puts them here. Cade Jaden looking at a 49-yard field goal to win it. Here we go, 7.3 seconds to play.
Going to call timeout again.
Timeout again, Southeast Polk.
Southeast Polk.
Might as well use
you got
them all
yeah,
up.
you might as well use them and try to.
Sometimes I think the first timeout is good, but then so you call that back-to-back timeout, I think it gives that kicker a little bit more time to settle down.
Settle down a little bit, yeah.
And get that right mental focus on what they need to do. Looks like Valley beat Dowling 29-22. That's the final.
Wow. But I'll say this. It's a regular season.
Right.
We've seen Dowling in the past. They've had 6 titles. I know last year they went undefeated, right? I don't know if the other ones, if they've had any other undefeated.
I know
strings
Valley
in there.
has gotten
Valley
them
has
before.
gotten them a couple times in the regular season and they come back. Well, here we go. Again, there are no timeouts left, so 39-yard field goal. The holder is Jacob Holcomb. Snap. Kick is short. Wide and short. Southeast Polk will come away with the 38-35 win.
And Jaden just did not get it pure.
Nope. And he's just upset at himself, and his teammates are rightly saying, hey, that was one play in this game.
Yeah.
And the missed extra point was not his fault. He didn't even get a chance to kick it.
Yeah.
It was fumbled before he had a chance. So
I mean, that's a long field goal, and everything has to be right. The good snap, a good hold, and he just did not connect and
part of the
get
trouble
it
when
pure.
it's that long is you're trying to kick it hard, and sometimes you
come across it sometimes, and that's why.
Overdo it. But yeah, he shouldn't have his head down at all. I mean, for Waukee, to their credit, to even get him into the spot to try at.
Right.
With 2.4 seconds to go, it's going to be victory formation for Southeast Polk here, as Daly will come up, drop back, take a knee, and that's it, folks. Southeast Polk pulls it off in a wild one, 38-35. Comes into Waukee, gets their first win of the season, and this is one of the things I like about high school too. You go out and you shake hands at the end of the game, you know, and say, hey, good job. We know we're in a hard-fought game.
And it was.
Yeah.
And it got a little feisty.
It did at points, yeah. I got a little chippy,
but both of these teams, they knocked each other down. They're right there to pick them back up and give them a pat on the helmet. And
it just got feisty because the tension was there of a tight ball game, you know.
But a well-played game by both teams.
Yep. Well, let's take a break. We'll come back and wrap up the scoring and wrap up this ball game here on CISN.TV.
Why do I look for the seal? It's about trust. Whether I'm buying a car, hiring a contractor, finding a tax preparer, or an honest mechanic, the Better Business Bureau seal means this business meets high standards. When I see the seal, I know I'll get what I pay for. No more taking chances and no more worries. And I feel good about supporting local businesses. My life is so much easier knowing I can always trust BBB accredited businesses. It pays to look for the seal. See for yourself at bbb.org.
Moms typically get to make a majority of the healthcare decisions for their family. That can be a lot of pressure, but not for me, because I know the choice is ours. For medical tests like MRIs, X-rays, CAT scans, and of course mammograms, ask your doctor to refer you to Iowa Radiology. They work around our hectic schedules. They're the best at what they do, and they're so great with my family. They truly care, and it shows. Visit iowaradiology.com or call to schedule an appointment. Iowa Radiology.
We might not always know what the day will bring, but some things are certain. The sun will rise and your lights will go on. That's because at MidAmerican Energy, we're obsessively, relentlessly committed to providing you energy when and where you need it, to connecting with you and keeping our communities safe and strong. Because the most important thing we put our energy into is you.
Every month or so, there's another story in the media about when and how often we need to get our mammograms. It's kind of confusing. When this happens, I like to consult with experts. So I called Iowa Radiology. They recommend women get an annual mammogram starting at age 40. They know that it's the best way to detect cancers early and save lives. And that's good enough for me. Visit iowaradiology.com or call to schedule your mammogram. Iowa Radiology, our focus is your good health.
We're here at Waukee. The final 38-35. Southeast Polk pulls it off despite a furious rally by Waukee here. Dar Danielson, Laura Leonard. Let's run down the scoring for you. Open it up with the 97-yard kickoff return by Isaiah Wagner for Southeast Polk on the opening kickoff. Extra point good at 7-0 Southeast Polk. That was 11:47 to go. The kickoff back the other way, and Smith ran it back 96 yards. The extra point was good, and it was 7-7. Back-to-back kickoff returns for touchdowns to open it up. Southeast Polk, then Xavier Wampa intercepted the pass from Randall, took it back 21 yards for the touchdown, and it was 14-7 after the extra point. Then Waukee got a pass, a 37-yard pass from Randall to Sam Odell. They had a bad snap on the PAT attempt. They tried to pass for two then to recover. No good. It was 14-13. Then that was with 4:15 to go in the first quarter. With 18.8 seconds to go, then Waukee got another drive going, and Randall ran it in from 11 yards out. The extra point good, and it's 20-14 at the half. Waukee over Southeast Polk. The second quarter Wait, no, that was the end of the first quarter.
There was a lot of scoring.
Yeah, that was the end of the first quarter. That was a half in itself, the end of the first quarter. Then we go to the second quarter, which is all Southeast Polk. 1:17 to go. They took a long time in that second quarter. 1:17 to go. It was a pass to Johnston from Daly. 43 yards. The extra point was good. It was 21-20 Southeast Polk. Then they got an onside kick that bounced off the Waukee up man. They recovered with 24 seconds to go. It was a pass to Stiles for 6 yards out. The PAT was good, and it was 28-20 Southeast Polk at the half. Then we go into the second half. Waukee comes out and got a drive going and a couple penalties there, and Lindquist runs it in from 7 yards out, and it's 28-27 Waukee. Southeast Polk comes right back, and it was a 7-yard Montgomery run, and the extra point good made it 35-27. Southeast Polk then got a 21-yard field goal by not Jaden, I wasn't say
Sunbold.
Sunbold, yep. And with that made it 38-27. Waukee came back with 2:57 to play. A pass to Odell from 2 yards out for the touchdown. 2-point conversion pass to Odell. Go back. Odell made a beautiful catch off. Kind of hit the defender. He caught it going down in the end zone for the touchdown there to pull him within 5. Then Odell caught a pass, made a great play on the 2-point conversion. It was 38-35. We got down with 7 seconds to go. Jaden tried a 49-yard field goal, and it went just short and wide, and Southeast Polk pulls it off 38-35. Wow.
It was quite a game, and we've talked about it all night, is that we start this ball game off with back-to-back returns for touchdowns off the kickoff, and that kind of set the tone for what this game was going to be, and there was a lot of scoring, and Southeast Polk didn't really do anything offensively with their drives until late in the second quarter.
Yeah. And then they kind of
they got those back-to-backs.
And then they got a couple drives going in the third. Both teams had stretches where they looked good on offense, they looked good on defense, but then they had big plays that they gave up for both of them. I guess the big thing, 2 interceptions and the one return for a touchdown by Southeast Polk, and then the other one kind of killed the drive, and I think they converted that then to a touchdown later, and that was kind of the decider there, the 2 turnovers probably when it comes down to it, and the one low snap on the extra point kick. If if that goes, then we're probably tied going through here. But overall, a good ball game. There's a lot of good things they'll see in the film room and a lot of bad things to work on for both teams.
Yeah, and I think it's one of those games where you learn a lot of lessons in this game, good and bad. And there's some things that you can, credit Waukee for coming back late in that fourth quarter to even give themselves a chance to tie this ball game up.
And big defensive stand. They had 3 shots at it with 1 yard to get the first down, and they stopped them. So, so a lot of good things. Well, fun way to open up the season,
it sure
Laura.
was.
Appreciate it. And the final here again tonight, 38-35. Southeast Polk gets the win. I think we're back here. Is it next week?
I think we are.
And
It's Prairie.
Cedar Rapids Prairie comes into Waukee, and Waukee will be hungry, looking for that first win after a couple close ball games here to start the season. So the final again, 38-35. Thanks to Laura Leonard, Justin Smith running the controls, and our entire crew here tonight. That's going to wrap it up on CISN.TV.
We might not always know what the day will bring, but some things are certain. The sun will rise and your lights will go on. That's because at MidAmerican Energy, we're obsessively, relentlessly committed to providing you energy when and where you need it, to connecting with you and keeping our communities safe and strong.
You don't have to go to Hy-Vee Market Grill to get Hy-Vee Market Grill. Now get Hy-Vee Market Grill delivered. Choose from the best burgers in town, delicious steaks, seafood, appetizers. There's nothing mini about the Hy-Vee Market Grill menu, and it's all delivered to your door. Save time and save the day, or at least dinner. Just order on the Hy-Vee Market Grill app. Hy-Vee Market Grill, we deliver delicious.